Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Knit Night Podcast. I'm Liz. My co-host Therese is not here because she's not feeling well. She doesn't have a voice. So she will be in the chat commenting, and I'm sure there'll be lots of commenting. So pay attention. She'll probably have a lot to say. Welcome. We've got Amy from Two Sisters and Some Yarn and Pro Life Knitter, and Neil from Block Magazine, and Annie from A Stitch in the Sky, and me, Knitting News Teesside, and our friend Mama Nevin Joan, all the way from the West Coast, near where I am. Though originally she's from where Amy's is, so it's all tied in.
Literally the same town.
Literally.
Yeah.
And Joan lives where Big Sis lived at one point. When she lived in
Oh,
California.
well then it really is tied in. Therese is in the chat saying hello to everybody. Oh, and Pirate's there. Hey there, Pirate.
Therese wants to know who's her. I think it's me.
No, she said who, me? No, because I said she would comment. So, and she said who, me?
Oh, I read it as who's me.
So welcome.
Human pirate, not dog pirate.
Yeah, I was looking around my door. Did he come in?
I
watched everybody.
Mama Nevin's video the other day, and I was knitting at the same time, and I heard her going on about Pirate digging up holes in the garden. And I actually looked up and I thought, why is Pirate doing that?
Okay.
And now it was Pirate Tomsky in the chat.
Okay, let me add our special guest.
Hey!
Which is our friend Tina from Edwina's Yarn and Fibers. I'm so happy to see you.
Finally,
yay!
Hi, Bestie.
True.
How many years has it been?
And Joe Bob is in the chat too, because you can always tell. Because
Joe Bob.
Yay, Tina. Therese says yay, Tina. So we're so happy you're here. Welcome back. Welcome back to Dying. Welcome back to.
I'm so happy to be here.
Back in the community of crazy.
I have a jealous cat here. She heard me talking and now she has to come see what all the fuss is about.
Well, then she would love Neil's cats and Annie's cats.
I know.
And Amy's cats. Amy's cats aren't going to come on.
She knows my cats.
Do you want to say hi?
Oh, Pirate's still trying to ban Joe for being a criminal.
Oh, we have two criminals then. We have the convicted felon, and we have right? Aren't you a felon? A cherry picking felon?
That's right.
Only in Canada. Yeah. Joe's only a criminal because she lives in Australia, and it was a penal colony.
If it's good enough for Trump, it's good enough for me.
There you go.
Yeah, well, they're trying to get rid of all his convictions except for New York, but that's New York, so no need to explain. I'm sure anyone who's ever lived there, been there, or heard about it, no. So
still live here.
Am I sideways? Okay. Ooh.
Yeah, there you are.
I was trying
so
to
welcome everybody. What's everybody up to on this lovely Christmas pre-Christmas show? Yeah, that's the only reason she's a criminal. So
I broke my boob.
She's so talented. Only she could do this, I swear.
That's a colorway, Tina.
That's not. Yeah, no.
I hope you've got a notepad because we're going to come up with a million of them tonight.
Oh, I love your new elbow colorway, by the way.
Yes.
Oh,
the name is amazing.
Yes.
So I don't think it's going to fit on a label.
I don't know what the colorway is, but I just love the name.
Oh, she'll explain it. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm looking forward to seeing your yarn in January.
Huh?
I said I'm looking forward to seeing your yarn in January. When
yes, January, not now. It's waiting in the wings.
I know. I've been really bad.
Order anything.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing at Pirate. I'm sorry.
I am a boob criminal.
So are you going to tell everyone about how you broke your boob?
Okay, I don't know that I really broke my boob, and let's hope this stays on the internet for posterity for my children later. But several of my friends here know that I was kind of panicking because I was having like chest pains and like literally like you'd like push, and I'm like, okay, it's not like I'm not like Elizabeth, I'm coming or nothing like that, but it's not like I was a sharp pain.
I'm sorry, I have to get the Sanford and Sons reference.
It's not, I literally, like, that's how I told the doctor. I said, it's chest pain, but it's not like, Elizabeth, I'm coming. And he just starts dying. He's like, only you. So, and I'm like, hey, I mean, it's a reference you got. I mean, that's a valid pain reference. So I was like, I should go get this checked out, because, and and so apparently my heart is completely fine, which is fantastic. And it's not heartburn, but he said it's probably the muscle between your rib and basically the boob, the muscle that goes across your boob. You have a boob muscle,
The pectoral. I believe it's called
Thank
the
you.
pectoral.
Yay.
That's the real name for it. Men have them too. It's a muscle. So he said there's a ligament right there that can pull, and it feels like chest pain. And I'm like, you sure? Like I asked him like 10 times, you sure? You sure?
What
Sure,
have
I
you
just
and your
broke my
husband been
boob.
up to?
So, well, that's what I told him. I said, I can't really think about what happened. Well, he said you could do it coughing, sneeze, like any, like, kind of like when you would throw your ribs out, like you could break a rib, like doing any of those things. And I'm like, okay, well, I did yoga like one time in the last 2 weeks. That's probably what it was.
One time in the last 2 weeks.
See,
Stupid
exercise
exercise.
is dangerous.
Sure, it is really.
Absolutely.
Sorry,
So
I
it
have
was
to
either
switch
coughing,
projects.
it was either coughing or yoga.
So what have you got to do to fix it now then?
He
Nothing.
told me to get some over-the-counter cream, which I read the side effects of and the warnings, and it's kind of scary sounding. So, but so I guess if it doesn't get better in a time, call him and tell and see what he says. But yeah, essentially yes. Now
And that's
I
from
am
Joe
waiting.
Bob.
I
Hi,
am
Joe
waiting for the
Bob.
jokes in the chat about how my husband could help solve the
I don't
pain.
think Adam's here. Adam
I don't think Tabitha's here either,
Oh, Tabitha would
because
have jokes.
Tabitha would have a field day. She would insist that you make a nip slip shawl, Which also
I don't know about a nip slip.
also known as the Stephen West shawlography.
The petty shawl.
Get the petty shawl, the spite shawl, yes. So Miss Tina, what have you been up to recently?
Well, knitting wise,
I know you made that hat, which was adorable.
Hopefully not breaking your boob.
Yeah, don't break your boob.
I think you broke enough boob for all of us, if I'm being perfectly
Even Neil.
Well, I'm getting to that age where I do have my own boobs to worry about.
You wake up in the morning and see what hurts, like I do.
Yeah.
Yep, every day.
Run through the inventory, top to bottom. So
all
I have
my friends
two...
talk about the same pains now. Sorry, Tina. Sorry.
Get off.
I have too many freaking things cast on. I'm working on a pair of socks. I got doing them.
Aww.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love that pop.
Yeah, that was that. I just had that laying around. I don't know what that was for or whatever, but I was like, I'm using you up. I'm getting rid of you. You're going to be useful. Get out of my freaking sight. I'm tired of freaking looking at you. But somebody wanted to start the June kitten, so I dyed up like a little half skein, and then I still haven't put the swatch up. I'll do that soon. But I'm also working on, I have this Christmassy shawl, and this is a
That's so
combination.
cool.
Very pretty.
Doesn't it look freaking neat? It looks like
That's
Tweety
cute.
almost.
Oh, here, let me make you big.
Tooth.
Hold on.
Is that
Let
the
me make
Dirty
you big.
Santa and something else?
There.
It's the
Ooh.
Santa and Silver Bells, and they're both on the Astral Travel colorway, so there's like lots of sparkle.
Nice.
So,
Sparkle,
I
sparkle.
yeah.
like that.
Sparkle, sparkle.
I love my freaking sparkles.
So
And then
is
I'm
it
working
just
on
a
a-
stripe that? Oh,
Whoops. She popped off. There it goes. Sorry.
sorry, that shawl that you're
StreamYard.
making, is it just striped and the colour is what's making it look like it's got a vertical
Yeah,
line
so
as well?
it's a really simple pattern. I'm sure other people invented it before I did. It's literally just a 2-row pattern where you increase every other round, every other row. It's you knit straight across the front, and then the back is knit slip with the yarn in front, and then knit slip with the yarn in front all the way to the end until you hit the last stitch, and then you knit. It's super freaking simple. And because it's slip stitch, it doesn't take a lot of yarn. So it's good for if you have just like one skein that you want to use up or whatever. So But I think it's the slip stitch that really like accentuates that weird stripiness. So freaking love it.
Looks cool.
It's gonna be fun.
Neil asks because he's always looking for patterns for Block
Right.
Magazine.
His
So
next question was going to be,
Well,
so if you
I'd
want
be
to write
happy
it
to
down,
add it. Absolutely, I could write it up real quick and get it in there.
Yeah,
So
and
it
give
was,
it a
there you
really
go.
cool name because you're good with the names.
what 2 yarns was it again?
It was Evil Santa and Silver Bells.
Oh,
'Cause I ordered silver bells.
I have
Yeah.
silver bells. Where did it go?
for research purposes.
Research and development.
Oh no,
Oh.
I did it again.
What did you do?
How
What
did
was
you
that?
do that?
I go. She did air quotes. If we all do air quotes, see if it does it for
Oh.
anyone else.
Here's silver bells.
I
No.
don't know how to do it again.
Oh, hey, I made that.
Yeah, we discovered that one day. If you do certain things on the iPhone, it does like.
Oh yeah. Amy and her.
Oh,
I don't have an iPhone. We don't do
No,
that.
you have
I have
Android,
an
Tina, so it won't
iPad.
work for you.
Android user over here. Android all the
Um,
way.
Treese thinks that Tina should be in the next calendar. I agree.
yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
I can contribute a pattern and a picture of me wearing the pattern. How about that?
That's pretty much what it is.
That's pretty
Yeah.
much all it is, basically.
That's what everyone
Um,
else does.
That's
Yeah,
actually
there'll be
that's a step above what it was because we all knit mostly other people's patterns.
Yeah.
pretty much, yeah.
Kill
So-
two birds with one stone.
I'll tell you the theme later.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
'cause
know
it's a secret.
I know exactly
Yeah.
who she'd be perfect for. So
Oh yes.
Nana, shh. Let's not talk about it right now.
I'll tell you later.
as long as the theme isn't broken boobs. Okay, it's all good. Whatever. it
That's
is.
a different
you
kind
know-
of calendar.
Somebody has got to make a pattern for that. I'm sorry. Somebody has to.
I'm sorry. That's beyond me. Someone else is gonna have to. Maybe Joe can come up with something.
Oh Lord.
Maybe like a mug cozy with like a stitched crack down the side of a boob.
No. Amy, you could make that boob pillow, but make one
I
of them just
could.
hanging.
Good, right there.
Yeah, make one just hanging. Yeah. So Miss Annie, what are you up to?
Well, I was working on my strawberry blanket.
What's
Was?
happened? Something happened.
What happened?
Uh-oh.
I ran out of red wool and I just tied another ball on, and then it ended again. And it ended because there's a little cat sat down here. You bit through it.
Daisy.
She's sitting here
Shame
looking at
on
me.
you.
I can't pick her up because she'll attack me if I pick her up.
Yeah, don't do that then.
She's not sat on my knee yet. Making strawberries.
Oh, make a bake. Make a bake.
Oh, that's so
That's
pretty.
Okay.
Oh, I
Hold
wanted
on,
to try
hold on.
that.
Looking in the right place.
Oh wow, that's so
Oh.
pretty.
And you've done that. Is it Tunisian?
It
You've done it with?
matches my earrings. I
Tunisian.
love it.
I wanted to make that.
It's very cool.
I thought, weren't you originally going to just do the border and do plain in the middle, or are you doing the whole blanket?
It's a whole lot.
Ah,
just the
I thought you
same.
were
It's
just
just
going
4
to
rows.
order it.
Everyone in the chat likes it.
Good.
So
It's cool.
Love it.
You can tell what it is.
Too.
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's with it being Tunisian, you go one way and then you come back. You pick up all your loops and then you take them off again. So there's
Is
2
the-
rows red and 2 rows green.
Is the Tunisian version easier than just the regular crochet version, do you think?
Yes. The regular one looked like it would have a lot of ends to be sewn in at the ends of each row.
Okay.
Oh,
Enough
I
said.
found a way of taking them up the side, so I thought I'd have a look what the Tunisian one was like, and it seemed better.
Amy,
what?
that card, that blanket that you want to make with all the ends, but you don't want to do all the ends. You do it as a Tunisian, and then you wouldn't have all the ends. Like the one you did that cardigan for.
Oh. Yeah, I just tie them off and make them leave them there.
Oh, okay then.
Make a friend.
There you go.
But I
So
have
she's-
wanted to make that strawberry blanket. I did not know it was crochet and involved all this ends. So
But you don't have them with Tunisian though, which is
Yeah.
cool. So
but I don't like Tunisian.
It's good.
I tried to
Tunisian.
learn how to do it years ago. And I also tried to learn tapestry crochet, but it turned out when I learned how to crochet when I was like, I don't know, 11 or 12 years old, the lady who was teaching me, I was looking at her hands and I'm looking at my hands and I think I'm doing exactly what she's doing and I'm making stitches. So obviously I'm crocheting. But she's looking at it and she's like, yeah, I guess that's right. You're making stitches. So I'm like, okay. So fast forward, like, I don't know, like 15 years later, and I'm trying to learn tapestry crochet and it's not going so well. And I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And it turns out that because I'm left-handed, I've been putting my hook in the back of the stitch the entire freaking time. So I've been like crocheting backwards this whole time and I had no idea. So I guess if I want to do anything like super complicated, I'm gonna have to learn how to do it correctly, like retrain myself.
I'm a right-handed crocheter who learned from two left-handed crocheters.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah,
So
my dad and my
two wrongs
grandma.
make a right.
So that was a joyful experience, let me tell you.
Yeah, Denise is a lefty, but she crochets right-handed. She just
Me
said,
too.
"Forget it. I'm just gonna do it."
I think the
But I
grandma's
have done tapestry crochet. I don't love Tunisian, but I can do tapestry. It's a pain in the ass, but I can do it.
I just like the way it looks. I don't like the way
Yeah, but
to
you
do
mess
it,
up.
but
Man, one mess up, it's not as
Yeah.
forgiving as regular crochet.
no. Hey, Morgan's in the chat.
Hey, Morgie.
Hi.
I've got
So-
something else here I was going to start.
Oh, what?
What's that?
Oh,
Let me make
It's,
you big again.
Yeah, I can't see.
It's a sock tube
Oh,
Ooh.
ah.
that I bought like this that was made on one of those vintage sock crankers
Right.
by Ducky Darlings.
Oh, yeah. I follow them. I know. I've seen their sock tubes.
So you cut it in half and then you do your cuffs, your heels and your toes.
mm-hmm.
That's
And
cool.
I haven't done it before.
I have quite a lot of those tubes cranked, and I've done it a couple times, but I don't mind doing afterthought. So
You know how to
that's-
pick
yeah.
up the stitches, don't you, Annie? I'm sure you
Yeah.
yeah, it's not hard.
No.
So I was going to have a go, but I don't think it's. I don't think that's a gift. I think I quite fancy this for myself. So
No.
you get the 20 grams to do the toes with.
Uh-huh.
Therese has a pattern that to hand knit socks all in one that she's wanting to try. Cool.
Oh, is that from toe to toe?
I've heard of that,
Oh,
but I've never. I don't have the pattern though.
I have tried that, and I failed. But I did it. But I messed up how to do the toe on the second sock.
So like a muscle bra sock.
So they didn't match.
Yeah,
Basically,
that's what I was
yeah.
thinking.
Yeah.
That's a brilliant idea. Why
I
have I
tried
never
it
heard
and
of
lost
that?
interest.
If you actually take notes, it actually works. Do whatever toe you like, and then go as long. But I mean, I guess you'd have to either do afterthought heel or do your, like I do, fish lips kiss heel, and then but you still got to cut and do your cuff. So
Yeah.
you're still cutting something.
Yeah, but that's
Unless-
easy, isn't it? That's
Unless
Well,
you
you're
just
cutting
got
anyway if you're doing your
Really-
afterthought heel.
weird legs, but I've always said I
Yeah.
need to find someone, and this sounds horrible, but I need to find someone who only has one leg, so I can just like make all my socks and just give them one sock. I'm
Or
just saying.
you need to find someone with exactly the same tension and gauge.
Is there
as you.
not someone, probably
then
plenty of people who only have one
do
foot
it
and they're
for the
like,
sock.
God, this sucks. I got to keep buying 2 socks. I only need one of them.
We should start a charity for one-legged children,
I'm just saying.
and then we could just like,
Because
okay,
I don't
here,
actually
have a
need
sock.
socks that I wear. I have plenty of socks. I don't need any more socks, but I like to knit the socks.
Well, they don't have to match. Nobody
No?
said they have
I
to match.
know, but I could give them to people who need a sock.
You heard it first. Our new charity is for. Can we? Yeah.
I'm just saying.
We can write off yarn as an expense.
Somebody calls
I mean,
Gary
I have a
Sinise.
friend-
Yeah.
I have a friend whose daughter has one arm. She was born that way. There's a whole organization that it helps them, and I forget what it's called, but it has something to do with Dory because Dory's one of her fins was messed up. and Lucky Finn, that's what it's called. It's her Lucky Finn, and she would not be offended if I sent her one fingerless mitten for her daughter.
Because what would she do with the other one?
What would she do with the other one?
Well, I mean, it's nice to have a backup, I guess. But
Okay, now you're just messing up my plan, Tina.
Or, you could just make the pair and then 2 kids can have one. But,
Okay, now
there we
you're just
go.
talking common sense. I was trying to solve my second sock syndrome here.
I know. Okay. So, Joan, are you making 1 socks? Or are you just,
I'm making a sock at the moment.
Are you going to make a pair eventually?
Yes. I don't suffer from second sock syndrome, especially when I'm doing vanilla. Excuse me, because I knit my socks by color instead of count.
Right.
So
Are you loom knitting or are you needle knitting?
no, I'm just using a little needle.
Oh, I thought
She's brave and
that
can use
light
those
color
tiny
was like a
ones.
loom. Then I thought you were loom
You-
knitting.
The only way I can use the tiny ones is if I use these. It's got the longer needle on.
Neil just got some of those.
We were just talking about
I'll show
those.
you those in a bit.
I'm sorry. It's very dry out here right now.
Yes.
Don't cough too much. You might pull a boob.
No, I looked at our thermometer indicator thing the other day and it said the humidity was 1%.
Even we were having more humidity than that.
I
Meanwhile,
know.
at home,
And I'm in
it's
Vegas.
100.
Well, we get the Santa Ana winds.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Those are killer. I mean, my hands are like alligator skin.
Oh, geez.
Is anyone else sitting at home wondering how many times they might have broken a boob and not realized it?
Well, if you have unexplained chest pain but your heart's fine, you probably did.
Probably.
we have to
So,
spread
weren't you-
awareness now. We have to come up with a ribbon color. Broken boob awareness. Are you aware?
Yeah, it's got to have. What month is it going to be though? It's got to have its own month.
Well, isn't
December.
October is breast cancer awareness, right? So,
Yeah.
So you could just coattail on that. I mean, you need like the sad Sarah McLachlan song and everything. Like, do you know someone who suffered from broken boob syndrome?
There you go.
Okay,
Morgan's
but that's
got 2
just it,
sore
Morgan.
ones.
Morgan, I literally did like a yoga thing on the floor for like stretching. Like I didn't even stand the yoga. So I probably just threw it out. Like probably pulled it coughing. Like
Hey, people break ribs coughing. It wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, I have thrown my back out coughing before, and I've thrown my back out picking up a watermelon because that's just how someone I am.
I have thrown mine out picking up
But
something off a coffee table once.
He
So,
said, "Stop doing that, phone. I'm not trying to do that."
there should be a little thing that simulates broken.
How do I need to turn that off? I don't know how to turn that off.
When you do the certain, hand thing.
I think that.
Now,
What
is it
happens if
your
you give the
phone or
finger?
your iPad?
I'm on my phone,
Okay.
and I have a 16, but I haven't updated to like the most recent. But it's whatever the most recent was because it's not that old. I've only had it a few months, so I think you have to have a certain iPhone or up, And I'm sure you could turn it off, but I don't know. How to turn it off.
What fun is that?
So Amy, I'm sorry, Joe's just getting in the conversation. How many baby blankets have you made since last week?
2, and I'm working on a third.
I knew it'd be more than 1 because it's you.
I got to get to
Dang,
the end of the
girl.
row.
Dang.
Because
I still have to send you my blanket from the half blanket marathon. I need to still mail it.
That is so pretty.
That's really pretty.
So this is just the washcloth blanket
Mhm.
for a girl at church, and the other half is going to be like a white color. So I'm just trying
that'll
to use
be so pretty.
all my yarn. Then I'll change to the other yarn. Because I have a lot of yarn. This came from Big Sis. That she's like, here, take more yarn. I'm like, I don't have any more room.
It's for the babies.
It's for the babies. Which don't forget to buy your stitch stoppers for the babies.
For the babies.
And you could get cool stitch stoppers.
So cute.
Which
Yes, and if you're participating in our Christmas knit along, our Christmas sweater knit along, Amy generously donated a gift certificate to buy stitch stoppers for the babies. So
Yep.
thank you, Amy. And Tina also sent us yarn,
Woohoo!
her American Grit colorway, which will be part of the giveaway. So thank you very much.
Thanks to my friend Eric, who
Yes, that's so
decided
cool.
Thank
You
you
should
to
tell-
your
should-
friend Eric.
Tell
he just
how.
wanted to get in on the fundraiser, and he didn't know how close I was, and he doesn't knit or crochet or anything. And I wound up getting a text message, and I ignored it. I was doing whatever I was doing. I guess I was dyeing other yarn, whatever. So I don't look, and then all of a sudden I hear a cha-ching, and then I see his name and an order for like $400, and I'm like, what
That's
did he
amazing.
just do? Oh my god! I fell down on the floor and I started crying. I was like, what did you do? And he was like, well, I just wanted to get in on the fundraiser and help people out, and I didn't know how close you are, and I love you and I want to support you, and just give the
That's
yarn to people,
amazing.
let them care. And I was like, oh my god.
Amy, what's your go-to yarn for your blankets, if you
Pretty
have
much-
one?
I mean, mostly Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn because I have Hobby Lobby, but pretty much any acrylic because I don't generally. That's what we were talking about on whatever Knitting Wars, maybe. I don't remember, but how Neil is pressuring Tabitha to control her yarn buying, and we were talking about what we should do, and I'm like, I really, really, really need to make some plans for what I have because most of what I knit and crochet is acrylic because it's for the babies. So I'm like, that means then all the hand dyed yarn is for me.
Yay!
Therefore, I need to start making some plans. But
Sorry.
I did. Well, I did say, I said maybe I'll make, because I made a whole mess of those Fits the Whole Fam's hat and I donated them to the North Carolina people. And I'm like, maybe I should just make sure that every mom has an adult size hat out of hand because she could more easily take care of her hat, hand wash, dry, than a baby blanket because that's a lot easier to just wash and leave on your bathroom counter than a whole blanket. So maybe I'll do like a hand knit hat for mom with every baby blanket that I send. So it means I gotta get cracking. But pretty much, yeah, any acrylic, and it can be a blend. I just prefer not hand washed because they have enough to do.
Right. Joe posted a reminder in the chat that Wild Knit Diva won Joe's giveaway from our sweater giveaway from our Christmas episode. So please contact me with your address, or contact so I can give it to Joe to send you her giveaway. And I still have to mail mine out, which is going out when I go to the post office this week because I haven't been in my post office because every time I drive by, it's scary. Because there's like they're out of the parking lot and on the street. It's like, I really don't want to be in that line.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
Thought you meant like hoodlums were hanging out of
Well, I
get
wouldn't.
Parked at mine. Do you know why I can't get
Sometimes the employees give off that vibe.
Let Annie
Annie?
speak. Sorry, what was that, Annie? I just
Why
No,
can't
in
you-
the UK, I don't know if you have it there, but we have when you get to a certain age, like you're a pensioner, you get a free bus pass.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh.
all the local pensioners go and park in the car park near our local shops and the post office, and hop on the
free
bus
bus
to go somewhere else to go shopping.
Uh,
Therefore,
Okay.
we can't get parked in the car park. It's really annoying.
Joe, she said she sent you a message on Instagram, so check your Instagram account. So good.
Yay.
Neil, what are you up to?
Oh
Post
well,
offices are scary.
I'm back onto sock knitting, and I bought these like Nam and Evin said. I don't know if you can see. I bought these zings because they were only cheap, so it's one needle shorter than the other. I thought I'd give it a go, and because I've used the other 9-inch needles, but I just find them too painful. I can't hold on to them. I have to kind of do that with nouns.
They're weird, the short ones. I don't like them either.
But what I found was that when I'm knitting, I kind of end up resting the yarn and my needle against my ring finger. And the problem is that's the finger that broke you know, when the tendon broke and it was just hanging
Mhm.
off. So it's
Showing that
really
broken
quite
part
sore.
here.
So I've found, so I'm not giving anyone the finger. I found these sort of rubber things. And I tell you what, it's changed everything.
Oh,
So
Good.
it's absolutely brilliant. I've got no pressure pain or anything. And so
Good.
I've been kind of knitting away.
So what side is the longer?
The one in my
Your
right
right
hand.
hand.
And I'm a
Oh.
right-handed knitter. So
Yeah, they're
I've done just to the heel. Well, I've done
Wow.
the heel turn on this one.
Go
But
ahead.
because I'm at the
look
bit
at
now
Neil.
where I can never remember which decrease to do on which side, I'm going to leave that until the morning. Oh, there we go. So I've done
Very cool.
You can't see because it's black, but I've done a Dutch heel. And I've
Is that
never
the
done a
more
Dutch
square
heel.
one?
Yeah, and I did. You probably won't see that either, but I carried the pattern of the heel flap down through the heel base.
Oh, nice.
Whether it's going to be comfortable to wear, I don't know. But I found the all the pickup stitches are the best I've done. I don't know
Cool.
whether that's because of these needles or what.
Cool.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
I'm
Kat
just
says
doing
that
the second one now.
said you found a rubber for your finger.
Yeah, and just to be rude, you can, roll it down like.
Perfection is very important.
Safety first. Safety first.
Yep, and there's no hole in the end unless you want to put one in. I've got some of these ones as well. They're like material ones. So I don't know if you can
Honestly,
see that.
okay,
They're
you
better
might-
for breathability, but
that's what I was going to say. You might want to put a small hole in the end for breathability because the rubber is going to make your fingers really get
Yeah.
really hot
Well,
inside.
Yeah, they'll go all wrinkly, won't they, eventually? But these are so badly made that it's already ripped at the top.
Oh, Jesus.
So
That's terrible.
Amy, if
What?
Tabitha was here now,
I know.
what you two would be
I
giggling
know.
about.
Yeah,
Why do you think I was laughing?
I'm sorry she missed this because usually she'd be on there,
And for those hate watchers out there, it's not me this time.
Hey.
It just happens. Okay, I'm sorry.
Hey, if you're a hate watcher, like and subscribe. We appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Look,
We
hit
love
the
you
like
too.
button, hit the dislike button. Doesn't matter. Just hit it.
That's right.
Speaking
So-
of hate watchers, has anybody heard or seen anything about Bitchy Knitter in like years?
No.
No.
I mean,
think
I'm going to be
DK
real
I
honest.
think-
I miss her
found out who she
sometimes.
was.
I hope she's doing well. I hope she's, found the piece she was looking for and is no longer, lashing out at
Bitchy.
people. But yeah,
But I'm grateful because we never would have met without her.
exactly. Yes,
I
she
wouldn't
brought a
have
good
half of
group
my
of people
nicknames
together.
like her.
I know.
Yeah,
She
DK
inadvertently
and I
brought
think
people
about who
together.
she is. And we kind of made sure she knew in a very roundabout way that wasn't letting anybody else know. And we've never heard of her since.
Wow.
So we think that's why she disappeared. Although we don't know. She could be dead.
I hope not.
I'd be devastated if she was.
I honestly, I don't want anybody dead. I just want them to be better.
She'd be haunting
Yeah.
our knitting if she was dead. Are you kidding? We'd all be like cursed knitting forever and ever. She'd be like in our stash with like, I don't know. We'd all get like moth infestations and drop stitches and like.
Yeah, that's
true.
like saying
No
Macbeth
moths,
on
no
stage, isn't it? Mentioning moths.
Yeah. Well, I've been in hat mode because I was knitting hats for my son's roommates for Christmas because I knit his one roommate last year, one, and he wore it like all the time. So he asked, could I make him another hat? So I made them hats. So I've got 3 more hats done.
Cool.
That's
those are
Malabrigo.
Make yourself big.
Yeah, make yourself
Really
big.
nice. That's Malabrigo. And
Is that a green?
Cool.
yeah, it's called VA, VAA.
Oh, that's pretty.
And this is Dolce de Leche, Malabrigo.
Oh, they're nice.
And this is, I don't know the colorway, but it's from Delicious Yarns from Etsy.
Oh, that's pretty.
Mm.
That's
And
very
so
neat.
I only have one more to knit, which I cast on today for my son. So I'm be done with hats. And then I've been working on, if you have followed me, I've been working on my couple of sweater patterns, and I finally got the one ready, complete the way I want the pattern. And so I'm knitting the one for photographs in Tina's Viva Liz Iverson colorway.
Woo!
And this is the back of the neck, down the sleeves. So
Beautiful.
Ooh, fancy.
They're pretty.
yeah. So yeah.
Cardigan queen.
Yeah. I was going to start my rose cardigan because I got my yarn from Knit Picks and I was all excited. And then I looked at the pattern and it's 30 pages because there's a bunch of spreadsheets and things that you have to follow. And my brain just was not
What is that
ready
pattern?
for
I
that.
must have missed y'all talking about that. Did y'all make
It's
y'all knit that?
no, it's one I wanted to knit because it's one you seam together and do different techniques that I've never done.
Oh.
And I got yarn from Knit Picks because it needs a lot of yarn because it's sport weight.
Hello, my
But-
baby.
Can you make Tina big?
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
She's being a needy Nelly. Look
Oh,
at her
let
snack
me- we gotta-
pouch.
Oh,
She got a snack pouch.
oh,
Say hi to everybody.
hi
You look
kitty.
good.
She got,
She's gorgeous.
Are you
she's
happy
got big
now?
eyes.
Attention? Yeah, she does. Very expressive eyes, and she has a huge vocabulary too.
Yeah. So
Sorry.
yeah, so that's what I've been up to, and then I cast on the last hat today. But that, and I made a huge amount of Chex Mix and sent it home. Sent some of it home with my son, and he showed me a message from his roommate telling me that it was crack. So
The good kind of crack.
Yeah. Crack doesn't
Like,
get you
well-
arrested.
I'm like, I don't make anybody eat it. You people got to be controlling yourselves. It's not my thing.
If you start selling
Yeah.
it on campus, it's none of my business.
Exactly. But so yeah, that's what I've been up to. Just trying to get the hats done and blocked. And
Is the sweater that you're working on the one that you wanted the darker yarn for?
yes.
I just finished dyeing that today, so that'll
Oh,
be
awesome! Yay! Because it's gonna fade down at the bottom. So
To
I'm very excited.
darker
I do-
Viva Liz Iverson.
I wanted to show off I finally got something from somebody I've been following forever.
Do you want to make me? Let me make you big. Hold on.
So you can see it. Am I in the right
Ooh.
direction?
Oh, very pretty.
That's pretty. That's hand done, right?
Horrible.
Yes.
Wow,
That's
somebody
beautiful.
with binoculars made that.
So Dandelion Doily is her name on Insta.
Okay, cool.
And she does sell little kits. Like, I don't know for this one necessarily, but like so you can embroider yourself. I was like, oh no, baby, just give me the necklace.
You know, we got time for that.
Yeah, that's like the ones who make the tiny crochet blankets.
Yeah.
I would love to do that, but I just couldn't see them. Therese says, "Damn it, she doesn't need a new hobby." Thanks, Amy.
Well, remember I had got like a magnifying glass or something from Nitty McPurley,
Mhm.
and the glass had popped out. And
Right,
she
and you
very
wanted-
kindly sent me another one, but I felt bad 'cause I'm like, I have this thing that it was in, and I'm like, I'm just gonna like, surely I could do something with it. And then like 3 months later, I found this girl. I'm like, I could have sent you the thing, and you could have made me something. Like, but I just threw it away because I'm like, well, nobody seems to know what I can do with it, so.
Well, there you go.
So I don't know.
So yes, and welcome to our chaotic Monday. We always tend to end up having conversations about body parts at some point. Have you noticed?
Sorry.
Yeah.
I just figured right out the bat with it, get it over with.
Yeah, and Pirate disappeared, so I think you traumatized him.
That's okay. Not the first time, won't be the last.
Absolutely. That truer words have never been spoken.
I traumatized Neil the other day in his chat, so all's fair in love and war. So
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
See,
Oh,
and then
look,
you
look,
and
bro.
Denise,
I was
don't
scarred
build
for
the
life.
harem if you're scared of the harem, okay?
yeah, and you and Denise don't do lives, so he can't get you back.
I know.
I
she
have
would die.
ways.
She would die. Oh, he already got me back. Thank you. The cross stitch with no neck, he got me back.
Yeah, that was preemptive.
Yeah,
Therese
you
Knew
would
it was going to come.
Therese
You
is like,
would-
dude, you really?
you would think that the person who did spreadsheets for his calendar would be
Yeah, make me more svelte.
That is true. If we could make money off of making snot,
Yeah,
that's true. There's probably an OnlyFans for that.
probably. True.
I swear. Did you hear about that girl who slept with 100 men in one day?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now she's
How-
on
how-
1,000.
How messed up do you have to be to think that's going to be your legacy? I mean,
And then she was
Apparently
shocked. She was upset after.
Yeah.
well, and she didn't know that AIDS was transferable. Like,
I'm sorry. What?
yeah.
So she slept with him without protection?
I don't know if she did have protection or not, but she, in an article I read somewhere, said that she didn't know that AIDS was sexually
Oh, I
transmitted.
didn't know that part.
I
thought
think
she
I
just-
saw
May-
a bit of an interview where she said she didn't know whether they'd worn protection or not. So some of them wouldn't have. I think that was what the influence was.
Yeah, and she plans to do 1,000 in February. I mean, how much no self-esteem do you have to
Why is she
Am
doing
I
it?
the
Just for
only-
fame? Or
am
is
I
there
the
For fame
some
and money.
attached?
Gen
Wow.
Xer who remembers this already, though? Why do I remember somebody going on Howard Stern and saying she did that?
I
Was
do
it
I do.
Japanese woman or an Asian woman? who
Yeah.
slept with 500
This one's-
or something?
Yeah, this one's British. Well, I know who's he what's it? Not Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem
I don't know
Abdul-Jabbar
her.
supposedly slept
Yeah,
with
but that's-
20,000
That was
women,
like
but
over
not
a
all in
span
one
of
day.
time. No,
Right.
I remember some girl going on Howard Stern and saying she slept with however many men all night long. I remember that.
Would she have a line out her door?
Yes,
It was like a whole
basically.
thing, and they
People-
filmed, like, it
people
was a
sign up.
whole thing. Yeah.
Wow.
One of the Tate brothers, I guess, told guys to sign up, but then when they get in, to just start praying for her instead. Not obviously not sleep with her, but just pray to her to try to convince her not to do it. But she said her parents are proud of her, so obviously
Oh,
she was
whatever.
raised messed up.
Bet they are.
No.
Yes.
Single-handedly
Just-
keeping the
just what you want,
antibiotics
isn't it,
industry
from your
in
children?
check.
Well, in that's telling the world you never want to settle down and have a husband, because what man would want to marry her
Well,
ever?
That's telling the
The
world
only
you
man
have
that would
trauma.
is probably someone who's willing to make money out of her in some way.
Well, yeah.
Or has no idea who she is. I mean,
Right.
she could go to like I don't know, Antarctica and find somebody who's been a scientist there for 20 years and doesn't go on the internet much. And
I've seen things where girls have sold their virginity as well and things like
I
that.
have
And,
seen
Yeah.
that,
you know,
yeah.
it's like, what
there
the
was that
hell?
whole eBay thing, right? Somebody was selling it on eBay. That was like the first major. It was like, what?
Oh yeah, I do.
I remember that.
I do remember
You-
that. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. I remember the girl from like either the late '90s or the early 2000s, and it was a whole thing that she was gonna do X amount of guys in a night, and it was either
Yeah,
gonna be
I remember
reported
that.
or Howard Stern was gonna somehow Howard Stern was involved.
Oh, he's
Someone-
bound to have been involved,
Somebody
hasn't he?
Google that.
He was involved
Yeah.
in all that kind of stuff.
Emily said some of the men were mad at her because they didn't get the 5 minutes they paid for. Well,
Well, that sounds like that's on them.
That's a personal problem. That's an error.
I'm just saying. She's
Just-
not responsible for that part.
I just don't understand.
Well, I
So
kind of.
when she gets pregnant, is she going to bring all of them on Maury Povich for a
And
paternity
you are
test?
not the father.
Eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
99 men are not the father, but lucky number one.
Yeah, but just imagine being man number whatever. What was the last man? How many were there?
101, 101.
Oh,
Yeah,
the whole
you know,
thing's grim.
How?
Yeah.
I won't go into the details, but that can't have been pleasant.
No.
You know it smelled.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, yeah, because if it's only 5 minutes, she's not taking showers in between each one.
ugh.
Apparently, she zoned out and she could only remember about 4 of them.
That's like 5
Well, that's
urinary
not a good
tract
sign,
infections, bacterial infections, yeast
That's a
infections,
sign of
all rolled
trauma.
into one.
Yeah, it's
It is a
trauma.
sign of
That's
trauma.
what they were saying.
And the fact that
Yes.
anybody was willing to,
Well, she looked traumatized, didn't she? Have you seen the picture of her afterwards?
Yeah.
yeah. But obviously
Yeah.
not enough if she's planning to do 1,000.
That's a little
Is
more.
somebody behind it? Do you think, or do you think she's doing this completely?
It's a little
on
more
her own
terrifying if there
volition?
were that the men just.
It must be.
I think
Oh my
She is somebody who
God.
needs help.
Said that one of the men brought his wife with him.
Oh my God.
What the heck?
A guy almost threw up from the smell, according to it.
I believe it. I believe
Well,
that.
you know what, sir? That's what you get for being there.
Yeah, that was instant karma, buddy boy. That's what
Yeah.
that was.
Mm-mm.
Well, if it isn't the consequences of your actions.
My actions, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. This
I think
world's messed
Tina
up.
should do a
and-
colorway, which is Guy 1001.
Oh, her mom is her financial manager.
Oh, that's terrible.
God,
I think there's
obviously
more to it than
All right, that girl's been traumatized in
Yeah.
bad ways
she was probably abused her whole life.
at a very young age.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Teresa said. Yeah, I'm an atheist and I wouldn't be sad either, Teresa.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people out there with trauma, and she's one of them. But yeah, I was laughing earlier because I was watching a court TV thing, and it was a sovereign citizen, and
Oh
I
no.
love those.
well, not so much sovereign citizen, but he was pro se. He refused a lawyer because he was going to defend himself. And the judge is like, you realize that you'll be in great peril if you choose to do this, because the court has to treat you as if has all the knowledge that an actual attorney does.
Right.
Court cannot help you. He's like, he was okay, but he just made up these gobbledygook terms, and he would say the things and demand the things, and the judge would be like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And he made these motions, like he went to the state supreme or state appeals court to have a motion filed to make the prosecutors do discovery. And the judge is like, did you even ask the prosecutor for the discovery? Well, no. Well, you have to file a motion for it. They can't send it to you because they send it to your attorney generally, and they don't know who to send it to if you don't tell them where to send it. Like, they're just supposed to psychically know that, and just, it was so bizarre. And I would have felt sorry for the guy, but he was so self-righteous that he didn't do anything wrong, and he wanted to suppress the body cam because of Miranda. And the judge's like, but it's body cam, And I think he said things when he was arrested that he doesn't want on there, because he said he didn't want anything to be made public. And I think he said a bunch of shit that he's afraid is going to be made public. And he tried to get the prosecutor to subpoena medical records from a witness. And the prosecutor's like, we're legally not allowed to do that. And
speaking of court cases, do you know about the Lucy Letby case?
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
So she's been convicted of being a serial killer, killing babies. Well, now it's looking like she's probably innocent, or at least the case is dodgy.
But I read the other day that there was a hospital that she worked at earlier where they had suspicious deaths.
Well, the problem
and they've gone back and been looking at them.
Yeah, the problem is, though, because I don't believe she has killed anybody. I just think that they are bad hospitals with bad, wards. And the problem is that some of the babies died when she wasn't on the ward. So the question is, did she do it, or is it just that it was a really bad hospital where they're covering that up by making sure somebody takes the blame for it?
Or I don't know. When I read the court stuff at the time, I thought she had done it. But it doesn't mean, even if she did some, it doesn't mean she did all of them, because,
Right.
I don't know. I'd have to go back and relook at it. But I've read some of the other nurse ones.
There's no evidence to say there's been nothing produced. It's all circumstantial. There's nothing that is, definitive that she did it.
If only there was something we could track that we give to babies in the hospital that might have contributed to their deaths. If only.
Yes.
If only.
Well,
speaking of crazy moms, not that I'm a crazy mom, but you should put this on your list for Neil, for you and Tabitha to go down the rabbit hole of. Have y'all seen the 17 Diapers Mom drama?
Oh, I started that. I just started that one. That's insane.
I keep seeing it mentioned in Telegram, but I don't know what happened there.
Because to me, what's so wild about it is it's part of, like, it kind of ties back to the girl having sex with 100 guys, that this whole put everything on the internet generation, it's like, I'm not going to say the woman is or is not abusive to her child, but she very clearly is exploiting her children
Right.
purely for TikTok and for likes and this and that. And she is not the only one that does that.
Many such cases.
Many,
Can I
many cases.
ask,
Yeah.
what's the
So,
background?
huh?
What's the background of that?
Basically, she was a nurse actually, and she used to talk about her nursing, and then she got kind of, I'm not gonna say sanctioned, but she got instructed to stop doing that, by her employer. And I want to say she's in like Utah and a Mormon.
Probably.
Just gonna gloss over that.
Yeah, there
And
seems to be a lot of that going around.
Well,
doesn't
the
there?
church pushes the mommy
just gonna
influencer
gloss over
lifestyle.
that real quick, but
Yeah.
so she did, she did the whole TikTok thing. I mean, she's probably maybe like, I don't know, she can't be more than like 26, 27. No offense to the 20-year-olds in the chat, but and she has 2 kids, and so she's made her whole life, the whole mommy blogger thing. But she kind of went viral for a little bit because she did this whole thing about, let's see, I don't have a diaper pail, and I just kind of put the diapers aside when we're done. So let's see at the end of the day how many diapers I pick up. So she picked up 17 diapers supposedly in one day, which was clearly staged because they were just so ridiculously laid out. Like, no, it was so
I'm
staged and it was so
sorry.
fake.
Diapers smell. You don't leave them laying out. You put
They
them
do. And
somewhere.
some house smells so bad and yada yada. So at first she kind of went viral for other moms being like, girl, be real. That's right. It sucks. It's hard. Let's show the real life of parenting, not this pretty social media version, which, okay, that's all fine, well and good. We can show the real stuff. But ma'am, you throw your garbage in the garbage can and you flush your feces down the toilet. So you don't lay your feces laden diaper where your drink is.
This is not a
Which is what-
difficult concept.
Not a difficult concept. You don't need a diaper genie, okay? You just throw it in the trash can.
No, you put it in
So
a trash can with a lid.
then she
like
got
normal
like a bunch
people.
of attention for that, and of course, people were, people center diaper genies and center stuff. So it's all, I think, is all manipulated to get
I
crowd and to
agree.
get likes and money. But then more and more videos started, and of course, nosy people on the internet, which people are like, nothing bad will happen to me if I post everything on the internet. I realized the irony that we were all on the internet. I got it. Don't have to come in comments. But so people were starting to look at other videos, and she basically, there's some concerns about how she handles her young children, particularly her son, who looks maybe 3, maybe at the most. And there was one particular video in which he flinched in a certain way to the dad, which kind of got a lot of attention.
Red
Which
flag.
I've got 2 kids who are flinchers. Like, I mean, and I'm a flincher. You walk down the hall, I'm like, oh! Like I'm gonna die. But and Eli's always doing it to me. He's like, why are you so mad? I'm like, because you scared me. But that is a trauma response. I can acknowledge as an adult. He's only 3. Why is he flinching at his parents all the time? And like, they don't seem to give him food when they go out to eat. There's just a whole, but like, she went on this whole big thing about she's not going to buy him a $35 winter jacket at Walmart. But then she proceeds to talk about her husband spending $1,500 on hunting equipment. I'm like, ma'am, the internet is forever. Pepperidge Farm remembers, okay? No.
See you. We hear you.
I'm like,
There's a whole bunch of people who are noticing.
Well,
things
that's
right now.
because she's probably hoping somebody's going to send her the jacket.
maybe so, but these are also the things that can get you in front of CPS.
I know.
So if it's all fake, because she's done some quote unquote apology videos and yada yada, and she is supposedly getting investigated, but if it's all fake, you're a terrible garbage human for putting your kid through that for likes and views and free crap. And if it's not fake, well, that's concerning because the kid's obviously not in the best situation.
Right.
And so that's my whole, like, the whole generation of, it's all like, every time I see somebody have a new baby, I'm like, don't put that baby on the internet.
I know. I'm
like
glad
in
the internet wasn't there when my
don't
kids
vaccinate
were
that
little.
baby and don't put them on the internet.
I mean, the
I'm-
internet was there, but social media wasn't there when my kids were
Right,
little.
like
And even now.
when we had kids, it was your friends and your grandma and your cousins. It wasn't public, and still not public. I still don't put my kids publicly on.
I don't either, and mine are in their
social media.
20s.
Right. So 2-year-olds can't consent to you using them for TikTok videos for money. And
I have
It's
family members who are
starting.
And how sad is that?
It is,
going the
and
mommy
the tide is
influencer
starting to
route.
turn. The generation is starting to turn against each other and be like, yo, that's a little bit much with your kids, rein it in, So the tide's starting to turn. But that's what made me think this whole like, let's just have sex with 100 guys in one night, nothing bad will happen. That's that generation.
Well, and the
Lucky.
whole like, I'm upset about something, watch me cry so I can post it
Yes.
on the internet.
I
Oh,
hate
God.
that.
I
Who
hate that.
has? Okay, first of all, when I'm crying,
The
I
breakdown.
want my cats to see it. Okay, I will hide in the bathroom. I will shut the door, and I will be like, "All right, let me compose myself."
You mean you don't film it and then edit it and then post it online?
Right.
What's
Right.
your thought process? You're holding up, you're looking at your phone, and you're
phone,
crying like a
right.
little bitch. Like,
Right.
how is
Mhm.
So, but and it's fine. Okay, look, let's just say, let's just presume you have stage 4 cancer and you want to record these moments. Okay, fine.
okay? I
But,
could
but
get
you
behind
still
that.
stopped.
That's for your
still-
family,
Exactly.
not
You
for
still
the
stopped.
world.
Edited it, uploaded it, gave it a title, gave it keywords, gave it hashtags, and still promoted it. That's totally different than like, I'm going to record this thing for my family. Like, let's
Yeah.
be real. I'm dying. I'm going to record this thing for my family. No.
That's because social media makes people think that they're center,
Famous.
that you need followers and that you're the center of your own world.
Right.
And that you assume everybody's as interested in your life as you are.
Yeah, true.
And
Well, the ones that were driving me crazy is after the election, the ones that were just screaming,
I
and
know, they're the
threatening
best.
people, and
They're the
"You
best.
need to fix this. Why?"
I did that one teacher who got fired because she threatened Trump supporters.
Well, there
And
was a
then-
teacher locally out here who got in trouble talking about about things that she should not have been talking about in the classroom.
In
Yeah.
California, I am shocked.
I'm surprised Newsom didn't give her a medal.
Did you see the sign that somebody put in front of a building that said "Merry Christmas to everyone except Gavin Newsom"?
I
I approve.
approve this
No, but
message.
that's hilarious.
Well, did you hear about his aunt? She's broken
Yeah.
a hip, hasn't she? Nancy
Oh
Pelosi.
yeah,
Somewhere
I
in
think
Europe.
she was and fell down the stairs. I'm pretty sure.
Somebody
Um,
pushed her.
Maybe she was pushed.
Nah, I think she was drunk. I think she
Little
was
bit of
drunk and fell.
Maybe
Can
drunk
we go
too,
back to? Can we go back? I just have a question about the 100 guy chicks. Because if they only get like 5 minutes, are they all standing in the hallway jerking off to be ready?
I think so. Yeah. I think
How does that work?
They have to like prep themselves. They have to be like their own fluffers.
Is there like a hallway in outside a hotel room where there's 100?
For the
I'm
record,
pretending I know what a fluffer is.
For the
I'm
record, it was
just-
not me that time.
I'm just
For the
questioning the logistics. That's
No,
all.
I
Because
understand. There is some physicalities
I mean, how-
of that.
how awkward would that be?
They probably take something too, like gas station horny pills or something. Pop
I
a couple
don't
of those like 20 minutes before. You're good to go.
They're handing out blue pills along the line.
I mean, is there a guy with like a timer? Let's go.
Kat says, were they all pre-undressed? Like,
Exactly. These are the questions.
I don't know. It's just
These are the
Darwich-
questions, but somehow I don't want the answers.
No, I don't.
No,
But God,
no.
Neil, why do you always talk about sex?
Neil's not said anything.
Yeah, I'm just keeping quiet.
How many people paid to watch it?
What people?
I don't know if she filmed it. Did she film it?
Filmed it, hasn't she?
There was a
Probably
documentary
she
I
did.
thought
about
I
it.
know. No, I didn't think she filmed it. I thought that other British lady, the older one who did it, who didn't sleep with that many, but she slept with a bunch of them a few months ago, filmed hers. Because that one I remembered, one of the moms said she was happy, she would be happy for her son to be part of that. And I'm like, that's gross.
That's
Who
gross.
are
Why?
these people? God, go back to the hellhole from which you came. We don't want you
What's
here. Go
scary?
away.
Is they vote.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
We
they
kind
just
of
Yeah.
know the kind of people they are, though, don't we? We know some knitters that would be all for that. I won't mention names, but we
Well-
do know some. Not in
Yeah,
our circle, I might add.
No,
Look,
thank
do
you.
what you want in the privacy of your home with
Yeah,
consenting
nobody
adults.
here.
By all means, do what you want and consenting adults. But whew, that's a lot of antibiotics and and I don't. Mm-mm.
How did
Emily
she not
says
get
they have
broken?
thousands of applications in just a
Yeah,
few hours.
that's
Stop
what I
it.
heard. Yeah, that's what I heard. Because
Wow.
well, hell,
Can
young
we
guy who
instead of and we ain't never gonna get the Epstein list. Can we get that list so we make sure we don't associate with those men? Because that's nasty. Put them on a do not tender list. I mean,
my favorite videos right now are the ones who are so traumatized because they're Gen Z and get fired because of being Gen Z and the things they don't do at work, and then they cry. Oh, this one, her life was ruined because of Trump supporters, because she made a TikTok about threatening Trump supporters for not being pro LGBTQ or whatever, and her boss didn't want to be associated with somebody who was physically threatening people, and so fired her. And she was laying in her bed crying on video about how Trump supporters who don't even know she exists ruined her life. And it's like they have
She
no
managed to hold the
self-reflection.
camera still, though. Was she able to do it really neatly?
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, but it's like to hear them and they're all their woe is me crying videos. If you put that much effort into going to work, maybe you'd still have your job.
Thank you.
But just putting that out there. But
A friend of mine
Stop.
sent me a video the other day of some chick who she got fired from her job for being late a bunch of times. And so the HR lady is like, yeah, we're terminating you because,
I saw that one.
Yeah, she's going through the dates. And then she was like, oh, and you didn't show up on the 28th. And the chick was like, that's my
It was
birthday.
my
I'm
birthday.
not working on my birthday. And it was like, she didn't even call in to say, I'm not
No.
working on my birthday or anything, didn't take the day off. She was just like, no, it's my birthday. I'm not working. I'm not calling in. I'm not
That's
anything.
not how that works.
And she really thought she was in the right. She was like, this is bullshit. No, I'm coming in tomorrow. I'm going to talk to somebody. And I'm just like,
I know. She's like 15 minutes. I was only 15 minutes late. I mean, yeah, and it was only 6 minutes the next day, but that's not the point.
also my
Like-
cousin took my car.
they
It
need
was
to bring
his
back
fault.
the clocking in card. And if you were 2 minutes late, you lost half an hour pay. I
Yes.
don't know if you remember that.
When I was a teacher, it was 15-minute increments. So if you had up to like 2 minutes after your time before it would start counting, and then if it was after that, then you lost 15 minutes.
Yeah, and you had to work it, didn't you?
Now they
It's
wouldn't
not
let us
like you
clock
could go
in.
in the.
Well, they wouldn't let us clock in early because we could only work 7.5 hours because they didn't give us a proper lunch because we ate lunch with the kids. So we only got one 15-minute break. So we actually could not work more than 7.5 hours. So because we only got one 15-minute break for the day.
Oh yeah, Lefty
So-
Crochets mentioned that restaurant server who was in that article saying that they weren't going to serve Trump officials because of moral reasons, and then logged into the restaurant website in the middle of the night to argue about it. Got fired because they weren't supposed to have access, and the restaurant's like, no, we don't want employees who say they're not going to serve our customers.
Right.
It's one thing if an owner of a restaurant takes that stand because they're the
Yeah, I mean,
but
like
when
if
the
somebody's
employee-
beating up your server, surely you don't need to serve them. Yeah, you call the police, but you're
Right.
just gonna not serve people.
What killed me was
Yeah.
one of the anonymous ones in the article even said that Republicans tip more than Democrats,
Fancy that.
but they were still not going to serve them.
The craziest thing, I heard something today on a radio show that I never hear, but I was on the way to the doctor for my broken boob, and it's this he's super liberal, and he was going on and on about he's been on New Orleans radio for a long time. Joan, do you remember Scoot? You remember Scoot?
Yes.
Okay, Scoot is still as crazy as can be, and Scoot was going on and on and on that he has this one person that gets on his Facebook and is always blah 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 saying stuff, and so he was going off on Trump, of course, and that the Republicans are going to be so disappointed because he's not even elected yet, and he's already backpedaling on things because he sold this belief that inflation's so bad and he can fix the inflation. And now he's saying, it's not an instant overnight fix, yada, yada, yada. And like all these people that voted for Trump, because of that, they're going to realize that how wrong he was. I'm like, bruh, Kamala said the same thing. She said, I'm going to fix inflation and I'm going to make life livable and groceries are too expensive and we're going to fix that. She said all that stuff.
The lady who's like millions of dollars in debt now because she couldn't manage her own freaking campaign. That
I'm
lady.
like-
Well, because she kept having parties with celebrities that did not.
I'm like,
Swing.
where was it only Trump said anything? Oh, you want to go see Auntie Tina? There's Auntie Tina.
Hello, Minnie.
Oh.
Minnie the Moocher. Hello. Oh, look at her. She got the boots.
Aw,
Get the boots with
Mimi.
the fur. Boots with the fur.
Look at those hairpins.
Oh, she mad. She mad. But I was just like, sir, Camel Toe said the same thing. Same thing.
Yes, but Amy, that's okay. It's okay when they say it and don't mean it, but it's not okay when Trump says it and means it.
Yeah, so he was all kinds of feisty about that. He was all kinds of feisty because he took some picture of some lady's car and bumper stickers, and I don't know where he lives in the city, but I'm sure he lives in some liberal area. Well, they're pretty much all liberal, but
French
and so
Quarter.
she had a bumper sticker that said like impeach the media. So of course he was all like, and he's like calling her all out. I'm like, dude, you've been doing this a long time. That's kind of like rude to just like call this lady.
How old is
He
he?
is old and he's had so much plastic surgery. It is freaky looking.
Yeah, because he was older than me when I
Jeez.
lived down there, and I'm 65 now. So
And you've been going a long time.
yeah, I've been gone 33 years. I
Yeah,
think.
he is still on radio.
Wow.
Yikes.
Still
Yeah,
sounds
it just-
exactly the same, but he looks like a plastic surgery mannequin. Like
Ugh.
Ah. Also like Pelosi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you think this
I'm-
will do Pelosi in?
Nah.
Yeah, she'll retire.
Well, yeah,
she'll-
but not.
I mean, she's lost her.
Her power.
Nobody's gonna.
Supposedly AOC is going to run in 2028, which I find absolutely hilarious.
No, thank you. No, thank you very much.
Did she lose her?
I live like right below her district, and
Ugh.
it's.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's so one of my ex-boyfriends actually lives in her district in Astoria, and yeah, it's not pretty. It's kind of a fucking shithole, and yeah, if you can't manage like one little district in New York City, maybe this isn't the job for you. Maybe you should just go back to managing a bar. Go manage a bar. You could do that, right? You wouldn't even, I mean, if you were the manager, you probably wouldn't even have to make drinks, but you'd still have like an administrative role because clearly you want all the power and whatnot, right? So just go manage a fucking bar. Get out of politics, lady.
No.
Nobody wants you.
I don't know. I would love to see a debate between her and Vance. See, Tree said the same thing. Yeah.
He would
chew
destroy
her
her.
up and spit her out.
So, what is she going to stand for? What is she going to apply for?
Communism.
Socialism. Yeah.
No, she's already in the.
I mean,
Congress,
what position he means?
Oh, she's going to run for right now. She's in Congress, but she's trying to get the head of one of the major committees, not the ethics committee, but one of the major House committees. She's trying to get
She's
the
been absolutely
chairmanship.
rubbish in those committees, though, hasn't she? I've seen a few.
Well,
of them.
yeah, but she would only be the minority leader. The thing is, she would only be the minority leader. She wouldn't be the majority leader because the Democrats don't have the majority. So,
Right.
She wouldn't have any real
Thank
power.
you, Jesus, for that.
But,
She shouldn't be the
But,
leader of anything. I wouldn't trust her to be the leader of a game of hopscotch, for crying out loud.
yeah, she's not the brightest.
I would teach her to lead a girl getting banged by 100 guys.
She would say that girl has is entirely empowered. AOC likes to go on all the drag shows and all that kind of stuff. So, and the drag show book library story time crap. I'm sorry. If you want to promote the LGBT community, why don't you get like a firefighter or a doctor or somebody to read to the kids? Why does it have to be a drag person? Like, I don't understand. You claim you're doing it to promote, but 99% of people aren't going to be a drag queen, but they might be a police officer or a doctor or a firefighter. So why wouldn't you promote those?
And you know
I
what?
don't know.
You can get a gay one of those. That's totally fine.
Exactly.
Sure.
Exactly. I don't know. It's just bizarro world we live in, and thank God we have knitting and yarn, and thank God we have Tina's yarn, because
Speaking
I
of
ordered
Tina's yarn, would you like to
a
see
bunch.
what I just listed?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course you
Yes,
would.
because
Okay.
Neil, I believe Neil wanted to hear the story.
You
Oh,
could have
yes.
showed it to us before you listed it so we could run over there real quick.
Hold on, let me get the extremely
Okay.
expensive yarn.
Okay. When you come back, I'll make you big so you can show it off, because we're very excited. But
Of
yeah,
course, we have to start off with the banger. This super extremely offensive. It looks a lot greener here than it actually is, but okay.
I'm traumatized. OMG.
Are you offended?
I love it.
Okay. So the name of this yarn is "Goddamn Motherfucking Shitfuck, I Hit My Elbow on the Door Frame." And no
You
elbows
can't
were
change
harmed.
that to broken boob?
No, that'll be a
special
different
minute.
colorway.
I'll do a sibling stain. So the story behind this is that so just around Black Friday, when I was dropping all the new yarns, and I dropped one called "God Rest You Merry Gentlemen," this lady slides into my DMs, and it's really late one night, and she's like, "Hi, do you know all the lyrics to this song? Are you a Christian?" And I'm like, I'm getting weird vibes from this. I'm getting like kind of Karen vibes, and I'm like, I'm really busy. I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna respond to this. So go about my work. I kind of ignore it. Don't think too much about it. And then a couple days later, I'm plowing through orders, and I get another message from her, and she screenshotted the yarn I have in my shop called Goddamn Electric, and she goes, "Why would you name your yarn this?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay, Karen confirmed." So so I was like, it's named after a song, which it kind of is. Oh, yes. Here's the yarn again. It's vaguely bruise colored. It's yellow, it's green, it's purple.
Joe said you should call it "ouch" because you butt hurt someone's feelings.
Oh, I seriously, clearly hurt somebody's feelings. So I tell her "Goddamn Electric" is named after a song, which it kind of is. I mean, I wasn't really thinking of the Pantera song when I named it, but the colors, I will actually, Tabitha ordered a skein. I'm going to get it right now.
Of course she did.
Of course she did.
She'll probably knit on it in church.
Okay.
Probably.
So
You know Tabitha and rainbows. So
yeah. It's called "Goddamn Electric" because are you colorblind, Karen? Do you not see these colors? They're goddamn electric. So yeah, I think it's a pretty fitting name. So anyway, my response, which I thought was rather polite, was
it was.
yes,
You
I
were.
think I was very diplomatic, especially compared to past Tina, who would have been like, "Fuck all the way off and keep fucking off until you can't fuck off
She
anymore."
workshopped it. She workshopped it and made sure.
Yeah, no, I was impressed.
I was like, it's named
I
after
was-
the song. I get the impression that you have a problem with either me or my shop, and I have neither the time or the energy. Peace out. And I blocked her. So you'd think that would be the end of it, right? I set a boundary, didn't want to engage with somebody who was engaging in bad faith. I think it was like, I don't know, a couple days later, Liz DMs me and she's like, so this lady just messaged me, right? She slides into Liz's DMs after Liz says, you know, she tagged me in the after the Christmas party where I was in the chat, and she was like, "Thank you for being an inspiration to us." This lady slides into her DMs and goes, "I'm sorry, I don't think she's an inspiration at all."
And I was like, Ellie,
Snark.
no, and I told her you were, and she didn't know you, and quite frankly, you said, you know, you dealt with her comments on her website the way you felt you needed to, and
Right.
you know,
So
there were a lot of things I wanted to say, but I was like, you know, I don't want to get involved in a, you know, customer dispute with you. I just like, we love Tina, back off. You know, just
So I'm like, at this point, I'm like, listen, if I want to name a yarn, "Goddamn Motherfucking Shitfuck, I Hit My Elbow on the Door Frame," that's what I'm going to do. And I don't have to justify it to anybody. So then, of course, people are like, well, now you have to do it. But that's not the end of it. Because then she slides into somebody else's DMs. and is ranting and raving about my yarn names. So this person, who I'll keep anonymous, was so kind and polite and kind of gave her a lecture on like, what would Jesus do? And it's not very Christian of you to start a witch hunt against somebody and to start attacking them because you don't like their yarn name. So yeah, I think that finally put an end to it. But thank you, Karen, for this lovely yarn inspiration. So yeah, that's the story behind that.
Inspiration comes from lots of places.
It does.
Oh, yes,
some
it
of your funnest yarns are weirdly inspired.
What was her actual issue, or do you not really know?
She didn't
Was
like the names.
The name that had the curse words in it.
Or that she...
Is that a curse word, is it? Goddamn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm being innocent here.
What would Joe Bob do?
Fuckery's not a curse, right?
Here's the part that was so flummoxing to me was like, okay, I'm a Christian. Tina's my friend. I don't care if she curses.
Yeah, that's kind of my response.
I mean,
like,
I don't, and like, okay. I mean, first of all, it's just yarn. Like, let's just be real. It's just yarn. And
just yarn.
It's just yarn. It's
We're
not.
all offended.
We're not killing.
No,
we're
we're
not
not.
killing puppies. We're not
I
sacrificing.
am apparently.
We're not
Apparently I thought-
sacrificing.
Literally Mittler.
Yeah, we're not
Literally
killing
Nittler,
cats. You know,
Okay.
I mean, we're not
well,
having
and
sex
here's
with
the
100
thing,
men.
and I even
know?
responded that you had your reasons for the names, and and that
Right.
that was your right, and that I didn't understand what her problem was.
Here's a thought. If you don't like the name, just
Don't
don't
buy
buy
the
the
Don't buy
yarn.
it. Yeah. Well, here was my thought. Was
Don't
I'm
go
like,
to my website.
because this person, I had followed this person, and I think I still do. I mean, I ain't got to be with this person, whatever. But okay, is it too much of a, like, I understand we talked about this last time. Like, okay, I understand wanting to put your money where people who maybe, they don't have to align with your values, but they don't want you, like, you don't want to give your money to people that want you on the train car,
Right.
perhaps, let's
Well,
divvy up our
apparently
money.
we want everybody on the train cars. That's us. We're the people who are going to round people up.
So, like, I understand not wanting to, Neil doesn't want to spend his money with places that he might, have bad consequences from that if he gets doxxed or something like that. But overall, we really just want cool yarn, and we really don't give a tiny rat's ass what you do with your personal time and who you sleep with and who you vote for or whatever. So was this a way of her to, like, filter it out? Like, was she optimistic because that one Christmas song, was like, okay, well, if she's a Christian, I'll buy from you. Oh, if she's friends with Amy, then she must be a Christian. No, not all my friends are Christian. And guess what? None of my Christian friends are the same Christian I am. Hello, Jew adjacent. Nobody goes to church on Saturday but me.
It's a spectrum.
Excuse me. I work for Adventist.
Okay, close enough.
I've been
I'll take that back.
getting
There are a couple.
some
There are a
very
couple
weird messages.
Saturday people, but
I've had a few people. One lady was, when someone is literally shouting in the message, capital letters and exclamation marks, and I just didn't reply, and it was like, "How dare you have this on your show?" And it was like, well, I'll do what I want, thank you.
Which
but
one
I
of us
didn't
was
even
it?
bother replying. I didn't reply. But one of the things about it is, if anyone's listening and you are one of those people that like to, type these messages, first of all, think, what do you actually want to achieve?
What's your end goal?
Yeah.
Right.
What do you
Realistically,
really
what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah. Do you think are we the type of people that are going to say, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and because if you look at past things, I don't think many of us are those kind of people, are we? We do tend
Barking
to
up the wrong
say what we
tree.
want. Yeah. So, and also it's that thing. One of the things that I don't like is when the tattletaling thing, where
Right.
oh,
Snark, snark.
this
Yeah.
person's done this and this, and it's like, well,
Right.
I still like that person.
Right.
Even if that person has done something that might be considered dodgy or whatever, it still doesn't mean I don't want, I still like that person. It's
Look, you can have words with people you like. Look,
Yeah.
my nitty friends, we have had words. It's not like we're all just rainbows and sunshines. We've told each other off a time or two, but that's what real friends do. And
Oh.
so I think it was an effort of, okay, well, if you meet XYZ qualifications, then I will purchase from you. To which there's like Tina said, there's not enough time and effort in the day for that. Like, come on, if that's how you are, then go spend your money somewhere else, because it's just that's, you know,
just scroll by, close the tab. You can just
Right.
close the tab. You don't have to look at my shop anymore. There might be something else lurking around the corner that is going to absolutely get your panties in a bunch, and I don't want your tactical butt crack in the way. So.
Right.
But like I was telling Amy the other day, listen, if you take serious offense to the name Goddamn Electric, and this is an open invitation, I invite you to be the change that you seek in the world. You can start a petition on change.org. I'm dead serious. If you can get 50 people, just 50 people, 50 people to sign said petition, I will change the name of the yarn. I'm not telling you what I'm going to change it to, but I will change the name of the yarn.
And that's why we love you.
If you care so much about the name of the yarn, get your friends together. Not my friends, because obviously my friends don't give a fuck. But get your friends together. Get your church together. Get your friends' churches together. Have them sign the petition, and I will change the name of the yarn.
Okay.
When I fretted about having a pattern in last issue called balls, and I was like, oh, people aren't going to like this.
Well, here's the thing: the same person who had a problem with the name of your yarn is probably one of the same people who's happy with those anatomically crazy patterns on Ravelry. You know, because
I don't care about the name. I just care about the colors.
Yeah.
I mean, who hasn't knit with yarn that you didn't like the name of,
Right?
Or you didn't, you know, the only
yarn that just had boring names like Spring Rainbow.
Right. Right. Yeah, I like fun names. Like, I had a friend that she doesn't have a shop anymore, but she had the sole purpose of her shop was autocorrects. So you could submit them. It was awesome. And
yes, Joe, they were.
So you could submit, like, if you're, especially like it was worse, when smartphones first came out. Now it's not, I don't know if it had the same panache that it had then, but the autocorrects were pretty bad, so people would submit them and send them to her, and she would and the yarn it could have nothing to do with the name. It was just a funny way to, look at these ducking balls, like it's like silly, and her shop name was like it was like ethereal fibers. It was like the sweetest, like, fibery name, and then she had like all these autocorrect names for the yarn. It was hilarious.
Yeah, exactly. That's what Sharpies are for. Just cross the name out when you get it.
Is Morgan still in the chat? Because Morgan knitted the balls mitts for me, and I think her boyfriend took the photos. And when she sent
don't take that out of context, guys.
Oh wait, yeah, it's one of the photos. Neither me nor Morgan even noticed, and I sent them all off to PS, and I think Cezzy got a set of these photos as well. And the question came back: is that really supposed to look like that? And what it was, he'd taken a picture of a pumpkin with the stalk in a particular position and put the mitts on either side, the balls mitts, I might add. And like I'd looked at it, it hadn't registered. Morgan had looked at it, it hadn't registered. And it's like that was the one I would have picked for the magazine as well. I kind of wish we had now, though.
Well, people already complain about the magazine.
Well, yeah. Well, they haven't complained for a while, so maybe we.
So did he take that one just for his own little collection? Is that why?
So.
Well, speaking of more yarns,
let me make it
would
big.
you like to see the official colorway of this podcast?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm so excited. Ooh. Isn't it pretty?
That did work out
Annie,
pretty.
that reminds me of something.
Oh, doesn't it? Yeah.
It was the 3 colors requested were navy blue, hot pink, and apple green.
Now let me do my ask, because you told me what those colors were, but you didn't know who picked what. So I wanted to guess who. I wanted to guess who picked what, and Liz can correct me.
Okay.
I said, let's see if I remember how I said it. Joe was hot pink.
No.
Green. Joe's got to be green.
Joe was green.
Joe was
Yeah.
green. Was Therese
Cute
navy?
green, that's Joe.
Nope.
What? Oh man!
Therese was hot pink. She had her hot pink era. That's all I know.
Dang.
I was navy. You guys
Oh,
know how much I love blue,
yeah, but I was
but the
thinking.
yarn's gorgeous, and I can't wait to order some and get some and make a design with it because
Heck yeah.
I'm
So
very
I did
excited.
a couple of prototypes actually, and so one of the other options was this one, which look at the freaking pooling on
I
this.
know. I love
Isn't that
that
wild?
too.
Oh yeah, that one was really cool.
Gorgeous.
So I believe
think I like that one a
this
little
is
bit
for the
better.
Mayhem podcast now.
Yeah, that's for the Friday Night Mayhems.
Yeah, there you go.
So
I like
it's
that
all
one.
available in the shop. I also
I
have,
know,
in
Joe.
honor
Shut
of
up.
two sisters and some yarn,
Shut up, Joe.
we have a set of
Yay!
minis.
Ooh, those
they
are so pretty.
Woo! And I'm
Those are
dropping them
so-
You
all
nailed
over.
you nailed the colors for them.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yes, they are extremely excited about the colors. They
I've been hoarding mine.
Here you go. Joe wants 20 Mayhem, Tina.
Okay, you gotta pick a base.
Yeah, and you'll have to send them to me because I don't know if you can send them to Australia.
Oh, sure I can. I've sent to Australia.
Okay.
before.
Okay, then send them directly to her. Then she'll get them faster, and she won't
Yeah,
bitch at me
that's
about
what
how
it
long
was,
it
Liz.
takes.
I actually just sent a
Liz-
package to India, so that
Oh,
was
cool.
that was something.
Liz is like, oh no, it will take too long to get to Joe. I will take the package for her.
It might get knitted first.
Might just keep it. No, I love it because you had done this one with the no sleep till Brooklyn, which is one of my favorite colorways, and it just reminded me of the hot pink when Joe said apple green and I said navy, and then when Tree said hot pink, it reminded me of this colorway but with blue.
I
So
totally blew it.
it's perfect. You nailed
sorry,
it. So
girls.
thank you so much.
Awesome. I'm so
It was
glad you
awesome.
guys love it.
I like that misfit.
Oh, we
one.
do.
Make 'em.
Yeah. The Mayhem is Joe's.
I like.
Joe wants to do a shawl in it, I think she said, among other things. So I don't know. So I'm sure you'll be seeing a lot of Tina's yarn in the next few issues of Blocked too. So we do what we can do. So, and the Two Sisters colorway is amazing too.
Yes, that was.
Is there more
I
to
love that
show,
it's
or we're
minis.
just going to stare at Tina?
Well, yeah, I didn't know she was done showing yarn.
I'm done. You can-
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I didn't know if you wanted to show some of your other colorways or not. That's fine.
No, that's it.
If you don't,
That's
that's
all I
fine. I mean, so everybody head to her store and order a Wenneth Yarn and Fiber. See, Neil, I know how to pronounce it.
Yeah,
I do
well
not.
done.
But it's spelled
Amy.
AWENYDD yarn.com.
Yeah.
The DD
What she
is
said.
pronounced TH. So go on, Amy, have a go.
I know.
Oh, Amy.
See, I said that on the last podcast, and Denise is like, "No." I'm like, "No, I'm pretty sure Neil told me it was TH," and she's like, "No," and I'm like,
It's
"No,
Welsh.
I don't know."
It's Welsh.
Think of Davy. You know the name Davy?
No.
Oh, you don't know the
Who?
Welsh name for David? Davy.
Oh no.
DAFYDD, is it, Annie? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
I think so.
I don't know.
Oh,
I think so. Poor
Yeah,
Annie.
so-
I know the Turkish name for it, which is DAVUT.
Davut. Sounds like something a caveman would say.
I know Davut.
Davut. I know David is the
Before I
is the
forget.
Israeli.
We were talking about OnlyFans before. What if we started an OnlyFans for feet, but in hand knit socks?
I think there'll be a market for that. I do.
Yes, I think so too.
I think maybe we should all get together and create this and all
So not
model
to not
all
so.
the socks.
Go ahead and I'll confess my sins, just to save y'all the legwork.
And she's not Catholic, by the way. So this is
This is monumental.
So, as a joke, not a joke, Stockley fans. As a joke, not a joke, my coworker was like, "Man, I like," because she has like a wedding to pay for and this and that. She's like, "Man, I'm gonna have to start selling my feet on, whatever, the internet." And I'm like, "All right, let's just look it up." So there's a whole website for it. So we click through it, and she's like, "Well,
did you
like, how
do
do
this on your Wait. Did you do this on your work computers, by the way?
I will not answer that question. So they do verify who you are. They verify your identity and your age and this and that. Because we were both just like, there ain't no way. There ain't no way these girls are making that much money with feet. Like, no, they're just not. And they're not. It's not just feet. Like, it's not. You
It's
can go to the
feet and
website.
things.
You can go to the website and see profiles without signing in and making any accounts, because we were like, let me just see what this looks like. And we're looking at various profiles and we're like, oh, okay, now I understand. It's not
Somebody
just
tried
feet.
to recruit me on Twitter once after I posted a picture of a pedicure, and he was like, "Hey, you can make like $2,000 a month just posting pics of your feet on OnlyFans. I can help you." And I was like, "Go away, foot pimp! What the fuck is wrong with you? Don't pimp my feet out."
So,
No,
so it's
I would
called,
definitely put my feet on the internet.
it's
I
called
do not
Feet
give a shit.
Finder. If you're curious, Feet Finder. If you're curious, they have men and women. They do. They have socks. They have accessories. They have like jewelry. But yes, it does seem the accounts that are most popular have other pictures.
Okay. The feet just frame
That's
the picture.
disappointing, isn't it?
Because I will give my coworker credit. She has lovely legs, beautiful tan legs, and she takes care of her feet. She does the whole pedicures and this and that. She's got a boat. She's got a pool. I'm like, yeah, we could like, look, we get pictures. We could make this seasonal. There could be like Santa hats and stuff. Yeah, no. Then we realized,
Amy, she does 1 month in block calendar. She thinks she's a pin-up girl now. Come on.
No. I'm the manager. I was going to take all the pictures. I was going to take the pictures and I was going to handle the account. And she was going to do the feet. My feet were not going to be involved.
Well, hopefully the economy's going to get better because you know
so that won't be necessary.
the hand knit socks version. I would want to do it just to see if there was any
If anybody would
any
want to see
response.
it.
If anybody responded.
Somebody would, I'm sure.
Well,
But-
if you do the socks with holes in them, like, look at my holes, I think it'll do well.
Did that pinky toe
Strategically.
come out? Oh, that's risque.
Do some mohair socks and be like, "Look at my big hairy
yeah.
socks."
And let me tell you another random thing I learned this year.
Go for it.
Slidell has gone to hell, Joan. I'm just gonna say. So apparently, was the nudist colony here, Joan, when you were here?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's a thing, and that's just nothing. That we're all used to that. Okay. But apparently, and I'm not 100% still sure how this is legal, but there is a thing in our town and maybe other towns. So maybe your local Facebook groups are just as popping as mine is, but I don't think so. But
I just want to go to the ice cream shop again.
That's where my TARDIS is. Well, it's taken down right now. But so apparently there are cleaning services that are topless.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you showed us that one.
Like
that ad.
It's a thing.
No.
And all she does is clean, even though her OnlyFans is linked to it. And yeah. And she's packing. She brings her gun, and her driver sits in the driveway in the car just for security.
Well, I was gonna say, where does she put the gun?
Well, she's only topless, so she has her
Okay.
pants on. So,
I'm sure for the right money she would go all the way, but
just like
In
I'm
her
like,
prison pocket. That's where
I'm
she
like,
puts the gun.
what? And like if people comment on it, like about how this is like sketch, she's like, well then don't use the services. If you don't need that, and then people are like, because some people will be like, well, who needs this? I'm like, lonely guys with a dirty house.
I've got a dirty house.
Well, I'm sure that service is available if you really want. But I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
I can let you know.
I don't know if she goes
they are a
across the
little
pond though.
They're a little more pricey than regular cleaning girls.
Oh, and I think
Yeah,
you've got a
think.
customer for the hairy foot fetish. If your pirate wants them all to be hairy, so you've got somebody waiting in the wings for when you set it up.
Not quite sure about how I'm going to knit mohair socks. I don't hate myself quite enough for that. But
I know, right? See, I think the
If the
clincher
time gets bad
is.
enough, I'll think about it.
I think the clincher is you knit the hairy socks, then you make the man with no hair wear the hairy socks. in
Where?
in the so it's like hair no hair, and then
I still have a bunch of that fun fur from that Santa hat I made. Just saying.
there you go. You can make him Santa slippers to match his Santa hat.
I'm gonna
Yeah, where's
get
Santa
that
hat, Neil?
real quick.
He's into Hobbit level hairy socks.
Where's your Santa hat, Neil? What's up with that?
It's in the box here.
You're slacking.
Well, nobody else has got their Santa outfits on. Come on.
But it's December.
I got my Christmas shirt on.
Have
I'll
you looked
see.
behind me, Neil?
Look, Annie's like, look right here.
It's my day off. I'm not
I'll
going
put
to
this
be
little
flying
fellow
around the
with me.
world just yet. That's
Imagine
Christmas Eve.
socks made out of this.
Oh wow, yeah.
There you go.
I made a pom pom out of this. This was like bloody torture hell. Can't even begin to tell you.
Yeah. Thanks, Tomsky. It's not time for me to start work yet.
Can I
Aw.
can I
These are
show
the
you
hot
guys my socks, the new color that just came up?
Oh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Is this the is it
Oh,
Felice?
wow.
No.
No,
Oh.
this is Kirby Werby Advent.
Ooh, I like
Oh.
that. Rainbow.
Looks goddamn electric. If I do say so myself.
Better watch out there.
I think maybe all yarns should start with goddamn.
Goddamn blue.
Goddamn pink.
So is it
Goddamn
really not a
turquoise.
curse word, Neil, in the UK? Or you were being
I don't know.
facetious?
Is it Annie? Is it a curse word?
I don't think it's really that bad, is it?
No, I don't think it is. I think we swear a lot more than Americans generally, I think, don't
Do
we?
we?
Bollocks.
I think so. Well, I don't think Annie does, but we say the C word a lot more than Americans.
Oh yeah, I don't like
Oh
that.
yeah, I think Australians do too, right?
Yeah, it's what you call your best friend.
Really?
Seriously.
Start off, you cunt.
No,
Whereas I think Americans would be really appalled if they
I
heard
don't
that.
say that word.
I
Yeah,
don't
but
like
you're more refined, aren't you?
I was in the car with my daughter and two friends, and one of them was saying to the other one about calling somebody a see you next Tuesday, thinking I wouldn't know what she was on about. I was kind of like mum zoned, you know, like,
Yeah, Pirate's got it right there. If you look, we won't read out what he's put, but
Sorry.
that's about it.
Neil's a cunty knitter.
Well, I think I can probably say it without ever getting noticed because it's the way I pronounce the word couldn't.
Well, it's different in your country and in Joe's country too.
Yeah.
it's not very nice.
No, but I've heard people say it.
I do
Right.
swear, but I don't say that one.
I believe
mean, I
that
typically-
it used to be the proper term in Victorian England for an anatomical part of a lady's body. And
Really?
that Queen Victoria used that word in letters to her doctor.
Oh
Apparently.
my.
Well,
But hopefully
Alrighty
someone's
then.
out there that knows and can correct me if I'm wrong. But
She was
it has
kind of
been
a
known.
evidently, when Americans say it, they sound Irish.
Really?
Who knew? So, but
Yeah, I don't-
Australians
I'm very
have
excited.
a particularly good way of saying it, though. They really do. They kind of,
they have a particular way of saying a lot of different words.
Yeah.
No. No.
No.
No.
But
Yeah,
excuse me. Mm.
I'll say like I try not to curse, generally speaking, but there are certain words I really like. If I say those words, it's bad.
Yeah, Amy's pretty good. When Amy curses, we know she's.
If I say the F word, it's bad. You should pay attention.
I try to be good. I've gotten better, but
the
And if people-
first time my kids heard me say it, I left to go to work, and my sons were like, "Steve," and he goes, "I heard."
I
They were
grew
so
up.
shocked.
I grew up never cursing. Like my parents didn't allow it. And one time when I was an adult with my own children, on the phone with my dad, I said the word shit, and he called me out on it. And he told me he didn't raise me to use such language.
You're not my real dad. Shut up.
And it's true. It's true. My parents did not. They hardly ever curse. My mom did when she had her stroke, only because she couldn't get words out, and the only words she could get out were curse words.
Aw.
So we had, because they, and the nurse said that's because they say with curse words you put a lot of emphasis and
Uh-huh.
push them out, and so those words tend to come out
Can-
where other words might not.
Can I
So
tell you? Oh, sorry. Go on.
yeah. So
That makes
cursing,
sense.
I said, I've never, said curse words to my dad, even as an adult, because he called me out on it. So
Did you know though that if you're a swearer, if you swear, you are able to withstand more pain than a person that doesn't? And this is a scientific thing that has been tested.
That
So
makes sense.
if you swear while you're in pain, you'll be able to endure it for longer.
Good to know.
That would make
explains
sense.
a lot.
We need to test it, don't we, on a live?
I have to admit, I do love the little like TikTok. And I watch TikTok on Instagram 5 weeks later, like a grown up. So when it pops up on Instagram and it's the little videos of like the toddlers and they're like trying to teach, like tell you what, trying to teach a kid the word frog, that always backfires. But they're trying to say like a regular word and it comes out like a curse word. And I'm like, that's just so cute. It's like so wrong, but it's so cute.
Joe's still in pain by the looks of it.
Like
I
made
gotta
the
admit-
mistake of like teaching your kid the right. You teach your kids the rhyming words, and I did it with duck and truck. And I'm like, wait,
Yep.
stop.
yeah, Tanya, yeah, military people have their own version of colorful words.
My daddy was a truck driver, and my
Them
mom
too.
and so my first word when I was really little, my first word was bones because that was the name of our dog, and my second word was actually shit. So I started early.
I had very strict parents.
Yeah, I
Squashing
tried-
a balloon. It sounds
None of
like
that
someone
happened.
squashing a balloon.
Oh,
Did you hear
sorry.
that?
I was putting yarn in here. Sorry.
So everybody order yarn from Tina.
I'm making an Instagram post right now as we speak.
With as many curse words as you want.
That's right.
Yeah, motherfuckers.
Hey, there's a lot of yarn dyers out there. If the people are offended by your color names, they can go find,
Right.
pretty rainbow or white
Cool blue.
or natural or
Rose garden.
I will tell you, a good name will get me every time. I don't
Yeah.
care if I like the colors or not. I'll buy
Me
it.
too.
I'm like that with nail polish because I buy a lot of nail polish. AWENYDD Yarn and Fiber LLC.
Sorry.
I don't know. Can somebody pop the links into the chat? Maybe?
yeah.
I definitely have shared her
I know
stuff
it's hard
like
to spell.
today. And I think, I shared her stuff today, so it should be in my
I
Instagram
went in yarn and fiber dot.
It's just awennedyarn.com. Or Owen,
Okay.
but it's spelled Owened.
Yeah, you got it right then. Awareness.
It's gotta be spelled because it's Welsh.
It is Welsh.
Right, I'm going to bed, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Annie.
I forgot.
Oh gosh, it's getting
Night,
late.
Annie.
My eyes are closing while I'm sitting here.
Aw.
Bye.
Well, we're glad you're feeling better.
Yeah, me too.
Good sleep.
Well, let's see if I can get it right for Annie. Oh, no, she left.
Oh,
Aw. There you go. You've got the heart down pat now, Amy. You got to get
It's
the
not-
other ones.
It's only one W in there. I hope she doesn't go to the website and go
Oh.
like,
Oh, sorry.
What did we figure out, though? There was one that I did like. Man, I forgot what they all were now.
Make a bake and let's watch her doing these hand movements.
Remember we had rain and we had like fireworks? How did we get the fireworks?
You
Do some
I thought
signing.
wasn't it
Signing does
doing your hands up or something was the fireworks? I thought.
Because I always talk with my hands, so that's the problem.
Well, do the
I
sign
don't
for
remember.
fireworks. Do your ASL for fireworks.
I don't remember. So this is star. I don't remember the sign for fireworks.
Oh, thanks, Tomsky. He fixed it. Except I was giving her IG one, but that's fine. It's a Wented yarn. Wenneth. Sorry.
Oh,
Hey, it's book.
Whoa! There we go.
it's the thumbs
It's
up.
bookmarked.
Okay.
It's bookmarked for
Okay,
me.
one
So
thumb is that. 2 thumbs is the fireworks.
that's like the Trump dance, with the thumbs up. Very cool. My phone doesn't do that.
And then we have
Sadly.
balloons somehow. I don't remember how we did the balloons.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Who was on? Because somebody was
telling
on.
me somebody was in the chat telling me what to do.
Was it Shauna?
I
It might have
think
been
so.
Shauna who
I think
was.
it
Yeah.
Shauna.
So now I got to figure out what I'm going to design with that yarn.
I don't know. Just don't do this. That's a naughty word in sign language. It does not mean triangle.
It means Christmas tree, right?
Nope.
Does in ASL, does this mean the same in ASL as it does in BSL? Any connotation of that?
Scissoring?
I'm gonna guess it's similar, but
Okay,
ASL and BSL is different, so I don't know.
it is. Yeah, very different, isn't it?
That's so weird. Why wouldn't they just standardize it? I mean,
Well, which
the
do you
word-
choose? It's a bit like, saying, why do people speak Indian and people
'Cause
speak Welsh?
language
Why
isn't
don't they just speak the
universal.
same?
Um, Tina, do you still have your YouTube channel? Tomsky wants to put it in the chat.
yes.
Yes. It's just-
Oh, you really threw me when you did the mincemeat thing.
I
The ground
was
meat.
like, what are we making
What?
here?
Where's the yarn? What? What?
He's like, what did you do to the yarn?
It is at a Wented Yarn and Fiber.
Neil lowering the tone or my mind. Okay.
Oh, none of the other stuff lowered the tone. Just
No,
me.
of course not. It's only when Neil does it because he's the one who offends people when he does it.
I mean,
I
gosh,
did-
he never stops talking about sex. I mean, come on.
I know.
Let's talk about sex, baby.
I don't remember who said that. I don't even remember who gave you that critique. I don't remember.
At least
Oh,
no one
no, I
on
remember. It
here.
was Joan. Joan, not you, Joan.
She's like, what?
It was Joan. Joan Collins. No, Joan Hollins, the one who was. Oh, what was her name now? I've forgotten what her username was.
I don't remember.
Oh, she had a real bug about it, didn't she? Because she was watching for reasons. Do you remember?
Oh yeah, reasons.
Reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably why somebody was looking at Tina's yarn for reasons to complain.
Oh,
Like-
then she accused me of threatening her family, and it's like,
Oh, yeah.
really? So I shared the private messages that
I don't know
showed
what you're talking
mercy
about.
with
I
her.
never lower the tone. I'm sure, Tomsky, you never lower the tone.
Only because it
Yeah,
can't get any lower with you.
But yeah, no, the people who do that I'd much rather spend my time actually, I don't know, knitting,
Like, do you not
enjoying my life.
Like, you don't have real problems. You have to go like seek out problems and
Right.
seek things to be offended by.
Well, I
what
guess
offends me? Stupid wars offend me. The situation in North Carolina offends me. Yarn names are the least offensive thing on my plate right now.
I pissed somebody off because I didn't like Anne of Green Gables, so I got nothing.
Oh yeah, I was part of that. I was part of that. It was a tragic thing because
Oh,
some of us don't like that character, and that wasn't allowed. So
You're a horrible
Um,
person, Amy. And we can't be friends anymore. I'm going to delete you and block you after this. Can't believe I've associated with you all this time and I didn't know what a
yes.
monster you are.
Yes, we do, Joe. We need to.
yeah, I'm excited to be on your podcast one day.
Like we say, one day.
Well, you haven't started it yet, so one day, whenever you're ready for guests.
I'm excited to be on it one day. I don't know
Atheists unite. There you go.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
We've not made an official thing yet, have we? When are we going to do that, Joe? When are we going to go official?
Not on Monday nights. Because she can't be there for us. She's not going to be there for you. So.
I think
Yeah,
it'll
it's
be
just
a
all these
weekend.
people who spend all their time on social media miserable. Like miserable about this, or you're not looking out for being inclusive in pattern writing, and patterns should be written for neurodivergent people, version for neurodivergent people, and a version for physically disabled people. Like, how do you do that?
You have to
how
write
many
letters in
different
Braille from now on.
yeah, I mean, do you know how many different types of neurodivergent there is? I mean, what if somebody's just dyslexic? Yeah, like, I just it's very disheartening for somebody who wants to put a pattern out, because it's automatically not going to ever be enough.
Oh, and it has to go up to 20x extra small, and it's got to go up to 20XL too.
Yes,
because-
Tina.
I know.
Where's your yarn discount for the fat tax? Come on.
Yeah, what's your fat tax yarn discount?
You bigot, charging normal price for your yarn.
Well, yeah,
Did you
Neil,
see that, Neil?
what chat are you in, Pirate?
Yeah, boys. What are y'all doing?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
You
Okay.
guys plotting and scheming.
When are we doing it, Pirate? I completely forgot about that as well.
See, you can't trust these
I'm
Brits.
just making all these plans. Yeah, Pirate and I, and probably Annie as well, we're going to be doing a show about British Christmas Day.
Oh.
We're
Not Boxing
exactly
Day?
sure when.
Not Boxing
no,
Day?
We've still. Oh well, we can talk about Boxing Day as well, because obviously you won't know what that is, will you? The 23rd was the plan.
Okay.
So he obviously did tell me, and I forgot.
Ah,
So
cool.
we'll be talking about things like TV and what we eat and things like that, because we know how weird you Americans are, and you'll find the normality of English Christmas quite shocking, I think.
Speaking of English Christmas, there's a beautiful documentary called I think it's called A Tudor Christmas. It's a multi-part thing where these historians in Britain go to a farm. You know what I'm talking about? The one with Ruth Goodman? It's so beautiful. If you guys love this sort of thing, you totally need to watch it. They recreate an actual Tudor era Christmas with period dress, and they go through everything. They tell you how everything was made. They even go through like the hairstyles and this, that, and the other thing. It is glorious. I think
there's a bit of knitting involved as well, or they mention knitting.
As long as you're not doing it on the 23rd at the same time as Knit Night, because then we would be very sad because we couldn't watch you live and be in the chat. So, because the 23rd is a Monday.
Yeah.
Well, by the time you do yours, it'll actually be Christmas Day for Pirate and I.
They live
because you're in the future.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
We're not going to clash, I don't think.
So
Teresa's birthday, that's right.
Is that the same people that do that? The people that did the whole Victorian thing, they went and set up like a whole.
They do Tudor farm normally,
town.
don't they? And Edwardian farm.
They did a medieval one too, where they restored a medieval castle. I remember that.
France, yeah. I mean, it's freaking amazing. And they've gone through to like I think they had one called they had an Edwardian one too. They did this one, I think it was Victorian pharmacy, and they were talking about making suppositories, which was like
I remember that one.
Yeah, Lorelai
So
got me watching
good.
the Edwardian one. That one was, I think, the one I watched. She got me watching that when when I was hurricane evacuated with her. She got me watching that.
Oh, that's what that was. Yeah, that was the one where we live streamed, or we had our Zoom call with Joe.
Yeah,
and that one was funny.
things happen.
Things happen. They always do.
Yeah, I forget the name of the channel. It's something science or history, absolute history or something like that.
It might be on there. It's on a couple different channels.
Yeah.
But she showed it to me. I'm like, what the heck am I watching? And
she's got one now that's Victorian schoolhouse.
There's a new one?
I think so, yeah.
Her daughter gets involved too, which is super cool.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
What's the name of the show?
I don't know if her daughter's still doing it, but
was she making butter, the daughter? Is that where she comes in? Where they were churning
I think maybe for one of them. She did a couple things. I think there was some embroidery too at some point in one of them that she was doing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They were, and one of them, they were
Tudor Christmas, Joan, is what that one she's talking about.
There's a book she uses, and I'll have to share it on
it's
Telegram.
called
and
it's a certain type. What type of archaeology is it?
And I've managed to get a PDF copy of it, and I'm not kidding. It is absolutely brilliant, and it was written in 1840, I think. and
Wow.
the stuff that's in it, it's called something like Common Sense Clothing or something. And the amount of information about wool, it's like, how did they know? But one of the things that she says in this book is that alpaca is not suitable for clothing.
It's
Like, how has that changed?
It's experimental archaeology is what they call the field that they do.
Yeah.
I don't have any links to the show notes. I've seen them on like different things.
There is a YouTube called I think Absolute History.
Absolute History. Yeah, I think it is Absolute History.
There's stuff, and you would just have to pop on there and search Absolute History, whatever.
You can
Tudor,
search
Victorian.
Ruth Goodman, specifically Ruth Goodman.
Yeah.
I think she's in all of them. So
Yeah.
I
remember.
Her swear word is brilliant. She just says, "Oh my giddy aunt."
I know. I think it was the medieval castle one in France where they had someone come in and show them how to dye the clothing, how they dyed fabric and stuff.
really
There's one in either the Victorian one or the Edwardian one where they found a lady that does the tatting to do the actual lace, the real lace. I was like, whoa, that was crazy.
Yeah, it's very cool. So
see, we're well rounded. We don't just talk about naughty stuff
and yarn. Yeah, we talk about other stuff besides that.
We're very
And
educational.
we make things while we watch these programs, so we're multitasking.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't trust the French. We know. Haven't you guys been at war with them for like the last 500 years or something?
A bit longer. 1,000 years. They came and conquered us, don't forget, in 1066.
Yeah, that's true. And then they lost all respect in World War I and World War II. So,
Oh, yes, the French. Oui.
Hey, Tina, you sent me this one. Is this a colorway or was this a misfit?
Oh, that was just a mini that I randomly threw
because
colors.
it's really pretty.
Oh, thank you. I'm not quite
like
sure what I did, to be perfectly honest. I don't know if I can recreate it.
Time Team, does experimental archaeology too. I like the older Time Team. I know they brought it back, but it's not the same without some of the older guys. And I'm not crazy about the hosts.
Yeah.
The new hosts are okay, but the hosts they brought it back the first time, they were just too young and hip, trying to be too cool and stuff. And
yeah,
I just, it's Time Team. You want to see old geezers digging in, the dirt and talking about prehistoric axes and things.
Fun fact: the professor guy that always had like the striped sweaters, his wife knit those sweaters.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
Way cool.
Yeah, I like Time Team. I learned a lot. It was fun to watch. It's so cool because England's history is so old.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everywhere is an archaeological site. There's something
Right.
buried everywhere. Where in
Always
our
a road.
country, we don't have that same history of, being able to just go anywhere and dig up, and you're going to dig up something thousands of years old.
Right. Neil goes does this piece
arrowheads.
about the museum, and he's just like, la-di-da, we're at this really old museum. I'm like, dude, did you know how cool that is?
Everywhere we step is historical here.
I know.
It's like,
Yeah.
meh.
I liked the one Time Team where they got everybody to dig in their gardens.
Oh,
In this,
that would be cool. A little scary.
Oh.
but cool.
all right.
That would be cool.
Probably ought to head off so people can go sleep because Neil's got knitting wars tomorrow, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
I've
won't
done
make
3
it.
in a row.
So you got to represent Neil because I got the company party tomorrow. Now that I'm not dying,
Oh, you're
so
letting me down, Amy.
Feels
Me
a
and my-
fossil.
My husband
Oh,
sent
Joe.
me a funny picture of Pirate, if you guys want to see.
of course.
Yeah. Here, let me make you big.
This is the dog
Let me make
pirate,
you.
not
Yeah,
the
the
human
dog
pirate.
Well, we don't know what
He
pirate
said-
Tomsky looks like. That
What
He
is
said he
pirate
told him
Tomsky.
a joke about a cat falling out of a tree.
That's cute.
He's a character.
How many subs are you up to now, Joan? So we can get you some more
How many what?
subscribers.
I think I'm at 204.
That's
So-
okay.
Nice.
That's okay. We got you to 200.
I know. I'm going to pull for the winner on Sunday.
Cool.
Nice.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thanks for coming on, everybody. We
Thank
appreciate
you for
it.
having us.
You're welcome.
And thank you for our
inviting
yarn.
me.
Yes, Therese.
Hopefully,
Slacker.
Teresa will be here next Monday when
Yes.
she's not snotty coffee and sneezy. And
Sounds
there'll be
like two
another-
really bad
Offended on the
dwarfs.
show.
There'll be another Friday episode, January 3rd, with Joe Bob. So more mayhem.
Yay.
Hell
You
yeah.
guys are always welcome. Any week you want to come on, just let me know and I'll send you links.
And the
It's
block
fun.
calendars did get enough to print, so they will be coming.
Yay.
So
Yay, we're very excited
you
so that
might
you
not
can
have
see
it by
us.
January 1st, but
Well,
I
the
just got a new
Americans, you should
subscriber.
get yours in time.
We'll see.
so.
We'll see.
Just be me and Annie that won't get ours in
But
time.
if
Is it
not-
weird? Is it weird that, getting a calendar with yourself in it, it just weird.
You get to stare at yourself for a whole month.
It's like,
That's me. Oh, that's me again. It's
Yeah.
me. Guys, did you see? Did you see that tweet?
Let me see what pirates
Yeah.
put.
show me your knits. Okay.
Get your
Does
bits
Pirate
for the
know?
boys.
Does Pirate know that when you'll be doing your chatting stuff, you and Annie will be knitting or crocheting?
I'm sure he's used to it at this point.
Oh, well, I'll tell you
Yeah.
about Joe as well. So Joe and I are going to be launching a channel. It's going to have nothing to do with knitting, though. Absolutely nothing.
So you say.
Although we probably will knit while we're doing it, but we're not going to talk about anything. And what we're doing, the idea is we're both atheists, and the channel is going to be called Two Dumb Atheists. And we've set it all up. So haters, if you want to try and steal the name, I've already done it. Tough shit.
I support this message.
And what we're doing is we're going to be reading the Bible, but not in a, what's the word? We're not doing it to become religious. We're just
I
going to be
can't wait for
literally
this.
two dumb atheists reading and interpreting it as we think it means. So the
I have
idea
one request. I have
Go
one
on.
request. Is that you, when you do this, that I want you to read Ezekiel 37 out loud.
okay, it's going to be a while
We'll go to
before we
it.
get to that part, so you can remind us. And and the thing is, so if you are religious and you're easily offended, you might not want to watch, because the thing is,
Chomsky wants in.
we're not going to be making fun of it, but we kind of are going to be laughing at it, because there's going to be some things that we don't get at all.
Well, there's a lot to laugh at in there.
Yeah.
There's some
Yeah.
stuff
Well,
you're like,
here's the thing. If you're not doing it to be intentionally offensive,
right.
then nobody should
we're
get
not.
upset.
We're not
Right.
going to do that. And the
You
thing is, we know that we're, the whole point of it is that we're dumb atheists. We don't actually know, ins and outs of biblical stuff, So, and there are so many things in the Bible that are funny, that are.
And guess what, Neil? Even if you did, there's 50,000 religions that will tell you you're doing it wrong. So
Oh,
it
yeah,
doesn't
well,
matter.
We're
Nobody can
fully
agree.
expecting a lot of hate, and we're fully expecting people to be offended because
Nobody
people just
can
will
agree.
be. Yeah.
But you never know. You never know if somebody listens to that and thinks, "Oh, okay." You never know.
That's
So
what I
even
can
though
say.
we're atheists, we might be converting the world.
there you go.
Never
You
know.
may convert yourself.
That might
Never know.
that could be God's plan.
Yeah, we're going to make money on this, Joe.
God is cheeky like that sometimes, I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Chomsky wants to join in.
Oh,
That would be
everybody
so-
wants to join us, don't they?
You should-
Everybody wants to.
You should have like an you could have like an atheist of the week. Like whichever. This month's atheist is
Oh God, can
pirate.
you imagine? No, I honestly, Tomsky, I don't think it'll convert me. I don't think they've already tried with me.
Not me.
Bible study with gin and tonics.
Hey.
Yeah, why not? Well, the problem is though, what time are we both going to be on? We might have to alternate it so one of us can be drinking gin and tonic.
Hey,
while the others get
Jesus
out of
drank
bed.
wine.
He
You know?
did.
Jesus turned water into wine. So I'm just like,
You'd think that he would have been a more popular party guest. I'm just saying.
Lefty Crochets, will we be researching mythological records or other extra biblical evidence? Don't know yet, because we're going to be starting with the Old Testament, so it's going to be a long time before we get to, Jesus.
Night, Cheryl.
night, Cheryl.
Jo will be in her new
Cheryl.
studio, so that'll be exciting.
Private studio.
I know.
Going to have all
here
the.
for the
top
begat
stuff.
chapters. I can't
Yeah,
wait for
that's
the
what I
begat.
told them
Oh,
both.
yeah.
That's what I told
Well-
them both.
We're going to read all of that. We are.
Out loud.
Are y'all gonna do?
We're gonna make everybody listen as well.
Just out of curiosity, are you gonna each read the same translation, or are you gonna read different translations?
Well, I've got two. I've got the Ethiopian Bible with all of the extra books that were taken out, and the King James Bible, and I believe
That's
Joe
quite a
has got
contrast.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be reading both, and we're not necessarily going to be reading the Bible out. We're going to say,
No, I understand, but I like for conversational purposes. If you're reading one translation and she's reading another, then
Yeah, well, we are going to talk about some of the translation issues because there's a book
lot
that I have that we've already kind of debunked a little bit, which was the one where it's the kids' drawings and it's the awkward moments Bible, and yes, you can. It's called Two Dumb Atheists.
like 2 or TWO.
2, the number 2. Yes, that's very offensive in England.
What that?
You have to do it that way. Yes.
Okay.
All the English people watching now are all really, really upset.
Well,
the entire country hates me right now.
Your cigarettes are offensive to us, so. And wait, what is your word for fanny for? Oh, I remember now. The opposite side of ours.
It's not coming up when I do a search.
The front.
Not coming up.
I might not have made it public yet. It's created.
Okay.
I'm just thinking now. I probably have kept it hidden, but I'll put it on. I'll do it this week. But the reason I've not done it is because we haven't got a logo ready yet. So
what, Neil? You were like, not enough people hate me. So
true.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
I don't know, Amy. Him being an atheist might endear him to that portion of the knitting community who hates religion.
That would be fun.
You might become their.
No.
The way we're going to do it as well is each episode is going to be 2 dumb atheists read Genesis chapters X to X, so that you'll have a pre-idea or whatever the phrase is to know what we're going to be talking about. So you'd be able to. Keep in mind,
some of the chapters are really long, man.
Yeah, well, we're going to do verses. It'll be Genesis 1 to Genesis 1.7.
Amy might learn something. I'm sorry, Pirate. What was my longest read that I found on Goodreads this year? Oh, I'm sorry, the Bible. Thank you.
Yeah, I've taught some religious people a few things that they didn't know was in the Bible, like unicorns.
I like to send Neil the naughty stuff.
Unicorns were in the Bible.
Wait, what?
You didn't know unicorns were in the Bible, did you?
That's up for debate.
It's there. It's there.
Is it? What's the Greek and Hebrew word?
Oh, stop. This is what we're not going to allow. We're not going to allow any of this Greek and
So you're not going to let Amy talk, right?
No.
Amy's going to be blowing up the chat.
I'll be over by Hebrew words. This is what it really means.
It'll be like Crossfire because then other people will have to make counter videos.
Yeah.
No, I don't care that much.
We need someone to say, I'll give it 3 months. That's what we need. 3 months. We'll give it 3 episodes.
Oh, yeah, like Blocked Magazine. Yeah.
And then we'll know it'll last.
And how many years has Blocked been around now? I'm sorry.
3.
3 years.
18 issues, 112 patterns.
Hey,
That's
and
awesome.
I finally sent Neil the article that I promised him 2 years ago.
Yay.
Yes, Pirate Tomsky, I need you to write an article for the magazine as well.
Why he has to suffer with all the knitters.
So hang on a minute. Blocked has been around for 3 years. You haven't put out any statements excluding anybody based on skin color. You haven't crowdfunded anything. You haven't lectured anybody on stolen land or inclusivity in knitting photo shoots and whatnot. How are you still around?
How do you stay in business, Neil?
Who is funding you? Are you being funded by
I think all of the cancelled knitters are obviously, giving me backhanders. So Christy Glass, Sock Mortician, they're all giving me millions in the background. We just
I
keep it.
wish.
I know.
I
could
wish
get
we could
paid.
have printed the magazine for the calendar for free. Jeez.
Yeah, we could have had a photographer. Each of you could have had your
Look,
own photographer.
this
I
man
know.
was like, he was like, okay, well, if we get X amount extra of the calendars, then we can give blah blah blah. I'm like, would you just shut up and accept that it's okay for you to make a few pennies on this? Like, he's not
I
making
know.
hundreds of dollars. Like, it's enough to print. It's enough to
Tomsky's a
everybody to get
millionaire,
one.
you know. He lives in a mansion.
Blackmail money.
He's always like, we can give this
Well,
this person this. I'm like, it's
He
okay.
he is a pirate. Come on. He probably has
Yeah,
pirate
true.
treasure.
True.
Duh.
Yeah.
So, but thanks, guys. Thanks for coming
having
on
us.
and hanging out. And thank you, Tina, for making yarn for us. I'm very excited. I need to go order some.
Thank you for having me do it. It was a fun challenge. 'cause
I'm
I'm
glad
sitting
you're
there,
back,
I'm like,
bestie.
And thank you for making Tina's yarn or Two Sisters yarn because it's gorgeous as well. And
Been waiting for that.
I got to figure out what I'm going to do with that too because,
We all
It's
want
pretty.
yarn now. Where's Mama Nevin's yarn?
Right?
January.
Give her
Tell me
time.
what you want. Tell me what
Well,
you want.
can't-
I got something.
My logo is all pink. So
Okay.
She can't do till January, Neil. Come on.
Oh,
hey, don't tell my husband.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
That's so nice of you,
No.
Tina, to give her some yarn. That's so sweet.
Congratulations on
Congratulations
your
on winning,
prize.
Joan.
Yeah,
Mhm,
isn't that what
mhm.
wasn't that what Tabitha has done put on all her yarn packages? Congratulations on the giveaway win.
I'm pretty
She's
sure
just
Tom's
so
on to that.
lucky.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Tom knows, but
Pretty
he
sure
doesn't
Tom
say
figured that
anything.
out a long time ago.
Yeah. My
Yeah.
husband doesn't care if I buy yarn. It's just I'm not supposed to buy anything for myself in the month of December
Why?
because
what
Christmas.
food?
Ah, yeah. Well,
Was he gonna buy
My-
you yarn? Because otherwise,
He has in the past. So
Oh,
I
he's an
bought myself
enabler.
another present today. which
oh,
is
what'd you buy? What'd you buy? What'd you buy?
I bought myself a set of the because of this whole knitting sock thing again. I bought myself some Chowgu sock knitting set, but the ones where they got the short needle and the long.
Mhm.
mhm.
And it was more money than I wanted to spend on myself. But I thought, oh well.
You're worth it.
Yeah.
Oh, we missed you, Therese. We can't wait till you come back, because then you can make faces at what Tomsky says in the
I
chat.
know.
And
Yeah. Without you, Therese, we had a lot of embarrassing silences. You really needed to be here.
yeah, and we'll have to think of something other than Amy's broken boob to talk about next
I
week.
mean, I can't break any other body parts to bring it. So, Therese, you got to show up next time. So, I've
That's
only
true
got
because
2 boobs, and so
and you can't have them both broken at the same time. Yes, we all love you, Tomsky. You know that. And feel better, Therese. And thanks, guys. Thanks for coming. Go check out everybody's Instagram and go download Locked Magazine if you haven't already downloaded it. I think it's issue 18. Is that what
Issue
was just
18,
down?
yes.
Yeah, 18. It's got some
Thank you for
patterns and
inviting me,
articles
Liz.
and absolutely.
And 2 of Lizzie's patterns are in this issue.
We're doing it again.
I know. I had to get them in before the end of the year. And then I have to worry about next year. But I figure I'm good for a couple months because I put 2 and I gave you an article. So I figure,
I won't release the pictures just yet then. You've got a little bit of time.
okay. Thank you, Pirate, for putting all the links in the chat. I appreciate
Yes,
it.
thank you for that.
Thank you.
And thanks, guys, for coming.
And I couldn't see chat,
I
but
know
bye, chat.
everybody's busy. Everybody's busy in December, so we really appreciate when you come and hang out with us.
And it's almost
And
Festivus. So next episode
it's almost
will be Festivus.
For the rest of us.
So next episode
grievances.
is Festivus. So bring your grievances and your poll. Okay. So
What do we do with the poll?
that's for the feats of strength.
Yeah. You better go watch that episode of Seinfeld, to prepare.
Yeah, I will.
Where's the poll? Good question.
You
We'll
gotta
just
bring
end
your
on
own
that.
poll, okay? It's
That's
a
right.
Prison pocket
podcast.
again.
I got a lot of problem with you people.
And you're gonna hear about it.
You're going to hear about it. Yeah. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Oh,
Bye,
have a
good week.
everybody.
Love you guys. Bye.